The following topics appear in this episode. Viewer discretion, as always, is advised. Welcome back to episode 2 of our first campaign, The Last Light, where I haven't yet scared our players from joining us at the table. Welcome back for Emotional Trauma, Part 2.
Hi, Emotional Trauma.
Last time, we were introduced to our characters and their role in the Great Host led by Lucerion, their place in the Empire, their rise to the Inner Circle, and discovering some interpersonal relationships with some of the NPCs and their roles, how they fit in to this army, and where we're exploring more personal connections in the stories within, other than just straight warfare. What else happens? And we left off with our characters on their way to the city to negotiate with the mayor or the king or whatever he calls himself, and at the same time, a secret mission to find the choir and decapitate it. Oro had a vision as he stepped into the lake, it's actually an ocean. As he stepped into the ocean, had a vision of the choir's location. And then Cole also took a bath. I forget what you did in your bath.
He just washed his hands.
He just washed his hands. Yep. And we are introduced to several important NPCs joining us on this journey as we open at dawn is 4 people. We have Calliope Thren, a poet, Annelise Vera, the historian and photographer, and then we are joined by one of the Inner Circle, First Praetor Sir Malcolm Vane is leading the escort. And then we are also going to see Theodore Kairos for the first time, hear from one of the other hosts, and also along with you as you guys go to leave the gate to the city is Greyfall, one of your underlings in your unit, Legionnaire Greyfall, is joining, and he has been tasked with, above all else, keeping the civilians safe from harm. So as we open up, I will pass the spotlight to any of you.
So we got a plan, or we just gonna walk in blind? Heard something about killing a choir. I don't know how bad they sing to deserve that.
Well, I believe they're the de facto head, if not the head of this area, so we just need to burn it at the roots, I guess. I don't know if that's actually a metaphor that exists.
All right, and we know where they're at?
You do know where they're at. Yes.
We discussed this last guy.
Yeah.
So we're looking for the temple,
Temple,
marketplace,
Watchtower.
4 circles, and blood statues.
blood statues.
So the plan was that you two were going to go and find the choir. And
Yes.
try to kill them, wherever they are. And then you were going to come with me to try to head the negotiations to get this city to surrender.
All right. How long is the trip? Is it into the city?
About a half-hour march.
All right.
As you're on your way, Theodore Kairos actually comes up behind Cole, and he places his hand on your shoulder. Cole, my long friend, it is good to see you again. I'm sorry, I did not realize that you were in the 4th host.
Well, been here for quite some time, bashing skulls like I'm good at.
I know the 7th would be lucky to have somebody as versed in combat as you are.
Well, talk to your upper management, see what we can do, maybe.
Oh, pardon me. Well, I don't know if the 4th could do without you and your unit, to be honest, so...
Probably not.
Probably not. Anyways, I was told to join you this morning and see how the great Cole and Garren and all of you operate, and it's such an honor to be along with you. Tell me, what is our mission today? What are we hoping to accomplish?
Well, if all goes well, you might not see too much violence.
Really?
Chaplain over there is trying to negotiate. Maybe they'll come peacefully.
Negotiation is the coward's way out, if you ask me.
I'm not too big of a fan of it.
Hey, do you remember back in training what happened with we called him Pee-wee? You remember him?
Yeah.
Oh, you remember how you just took his head and squeezed until the blood came out of his ears? Oh, that was the great Cole of old. You still squeezing heads and popping little zips?
Squeezing heads all the time.
That's glorious. I tend to decapitate instead of squeeze, but
That's not how you need the raw power that comes with the squeezing heads so no one else tries you.
that's very true, very true. Well, hopefully we get to squeeze some heads today.
We'll see.
What? All of this, I didn't realize that this was happening. And he gestures to the forests that are literally like still like smoldering on the ground, smoke in the morning.
Well, you got Oro to thank for that.
There's nothing here to be proud of.
Oh, of course there is utter destruction. You should be proud of your strength.
Trees don't put too much of a fight.
Have you ever seen a treant?
Have I?
Doesn't sound like it. Treants, man, we're the 7th where we're fighting. It's almost as if the trees have become possessed and they fight back. Be blessed that you may have dealt with such before they arise.
Yeah. And we'll leave it there.
Okay, very good. Anyways, Cole, I couldn't be more proud of you. That, as much as I wish that you would have been in the 7th host, I cannot wait to see you fight and what you can do, what you do here.
I'm just here to follow orders.
Is
Way I
that
fear it.
you need me to do?
Kill who needs killed.
Very good, I can do that. So what's with the civilians?
A couple of them are just here to gain witness for the first time. Poets, historians, people just want to write stuff down.
No place for those in an army, if you ask me.
We'll try our best to keep them alive.
Say, sorry, not to interrupt you. Check this out. Takes out this sword with a gold hilt, and he hands it to you. Found this in one of the cities. Been using it ever since.
I take a couple good swings with it just to see what it feels like. Yeah, obviously, I'm not trained with it. I'm using one hand and just sort of slashing, sort of like you would through plants rather than like actual gripping of the sword.
Don't embarrass yourself, friend. Listen, it would be an honor to spar with you one time in the near future if you.
Yeah, sure. You get the sword. I'll use these like I always do.
And then you hear your gray fawn behind you.
Yeah?
Sir, I think you're needed over here.
I'm no walk over there.
I'll talk to you later.
Yep, I'll see you.
And you keep walking, and Gray Fawn says to you, so you know him?
Yeah, a long time ago.
It's a little weird.
He's a little eccentric.
Well, so my orders stand, keep the civilians safe?
As much as you can.
Very good. All right. I will lay down my life to protect them.
Well, maybe not.
Oh.
I lay down maybe a limb, a couple weeks in the hospital. Life, you're a bit more valuable.
Well, the order comes from Captain Underborn. Oh, I don't know.
If you fall unconscious, there's only so much you could have done.
That's very true, very true. Listen, did he really try to give you a sword?
He did.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
I use it to open my letters.
Oh, yeah. You get letters?
No.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't think so. You don't even know how to write, do you?
No, I can't write. Anybody that write to me, I don't even think can read.
One of the poets has been trying to teach me how to write.
Yeah, you got anything?
Apple.
You figured out an apple?
B, L, L, L.
Well, shit. I didn't know there were that many letters in that word.
I didn't either. If only we could find some apples. Yeah. Delicious. Reminds me of home. Anyways, I will keep an eye out for them. And hey, do you know if the Praetor is coming with us, or is he taking us just to the gate?
That's above my pay grade. I'd ask the chaplain.
He makes me nervous.
Good.
But as this conversation is happening, first Praetor Malcolm Vane is riding next to you, and he, the only one on the horse, didn't think to bring horses for anybody else, looks down. Chaplain, care to illuminate me on your plan today?
Well, we are going in there to hopefully show these people that their gods have truly abandoned them and show them the truth of the light of the Emperor.
And if it all goes to shit,
then I think the Dawnbreaker needs to crush this city.
well,
Completely.
of course, but I more meant if you go to shit in there and you need to get out, what's your plan for that?
Fight our way out. We have the Sergeant Cole with us, fortunately. We have you with us. We have some good fighters here.
Yes, about that. I do need to return to the cavalry and prepare, which brings me to the point that I'm trying to get to. Do you see that tower? And he points to a church tower in the distance. Set it ablaze, and the cavalry will come, and we'll kick this off right proper way.
Seems like a tall order to set ablaze a whole church tower if things go awry.
You've got the witch. Sure, you could figure it out.
They seem very good at burning things.
They do. Actually, it was impressive to behold. Man. And you overhearing this have like a little flashback of the night that you burned it down. Talk about that. What would Oro have been feeling, him and his witch company standing atop this hill, bringing life to flame to burn down nature?
Yeah, so a lot of it is, as soon as I'm in the company, I do cast a glamour on myself where it makes me look like I'm grinning maniacally, even though it's like the sky self, basically. So in the process, everything's burning. It feels, one, in unity, but two, in dissonance. Being aligned with all the other witches, everything being set ablaze, but internally it's a mess. The grin, the smirk, there's a bit of confliction in seeing nature destroyed.
And what is Oro's relationship with nature?
Well, I'm a seafaring cowboy.
So very much in tune with nature. Does it pain him to have to do this?
Actually, I was gonna ask, one of the things I would have done beforehand, would it have been possible before setting everything ablaze at some point to cast Nature Tongue on the forest that was going to be set ablaze?
What does that do? Yeah, you definitely would have had time.
So I can speak the language of the natural world. When you want to speak to the plants and animals around you, make an instinct roll. On a success, they give us information.
Yeah. So you could have cast that, and what would you have done with that?
It depends on what the forest tells me.
So you listen to the forest.
Yeah.
In the forest, Oro would have heard blissful peace. Like nature knows something that man does not. Like, almost like a light, but a different light than the light of the Emperor.
Yeah.
Like, almost warmer. And you would get the sense that everything is connected.
Back of my neck stands up. There's a cold sweat running down. I look a little scared around the other witches and set everything ablaze.
Oro raises his arms. The witches all around him in a ceremonial line raise their arms to follow, and the fire that starts at Oro's feet spreads like spider webs through the forest, and the embers get hot enough to burn living trees and set them ablaze, almost the temperature of a star, and the fire crawls up the forest, and it spreads, and it almost turns night to day, and within 10 minutes, there's nothing left.
Can I add bubbles? Everything I do is cast
Yeah.
bubble magic.
So, how do these bubbles light a flame?
Almost like bombs. As
Almost
like
bombs.
As the bubble touches the like limbs, it blows it off. Rain is falling down.
I like to imagine it as like these bubbles that you're sending out, they begin the blaze, and then your choir like increases the temperature, like combined magic.
Yeah.
unholy combined magic that you've been forced to do.
Yeah.
Unholy bubbles.
Unholy bubbles. The same corrosive, but now setting ablaze.
As opposed to holy bubbles.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we shift back, and First Praetor Sir Malcolm Vane again talking to you, and he says that it was a haunting sight to just see the beauty of the fire and the witch core. We are the only legion with a witch core. Can you believe that? Some of the other legions have been asking us, and do you recall his transfer orders? His request for transfer orders?
I believe so, yes.
I mean, ultimately, you passed that up the chain, but we've been giving serious consideration to allowing him to go to another host to train more witches. I'm curious your thoughts.
I think Oro is too useful to this host for him to transfer.
I don't disagree with that, unfortunately for him. It might also be possible to take others from legions, have them come here, train them, send them back. Do you think that would appease him, or does he just want to leave this host?
It seems like he's very motivated to leave this host to
It's
transfer.
unfortunate, to be honest with you. Well,
Perhaps he could train others. I'm not really sure on how his skills work exactly.
true. Very well. I have heard whisperings of this choir. That is probably your biggest threat. So if you hear singing, maybe go the other way.
Okay. So if they start to glow, we're in danger.
Yes.
And if you hear singing, more danger.
Yes. And our when we sent word that we would like to negotiate with them one more time, they said that you'll be meeting with Dareth. Dareth is the high priest of the civilization here. It appears to be religious based. No mayors or kings. The church here seems to be the leader. So you'll be meeting with Dareth, and he is high priest, and he should be at the gate waiting when we get there.
Okay.
Very good. What is Cassie doing as we're walking there?
Hanging back, not really, drawing attention to herself, trying to think of some sort of plan to go at this where that won't immediately get all of them killed. Maybe walking with Oro, just because we got infiltration to do. But hanging back, making sure not to be too present as we get closer to the city gates.
Calliope kind of approaches and talks to you. Cassie, do you have a moment?
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm just writing a poem, and I was wondering if I could get some feedback on it.
Hit me with it.
Well, so I know we're not technically going to, I mean, we might, but I guess we're here to not attack. But if we do, I was preparing a poem to read during the siege. And I'm not sure if this fits, if you could. Anyways, It's called The Hymn of the Rekindled, and I started it out, and she pulls out a piece of paper. She's like wrinkled it a bunch of times and then unwrinkled it and kept going. She goes, they call it mercy when a city's burned, for mercy wears the face of flame. Each stone remembers what the stars forgot. Each ash is branded with his name. And that's all I got. And I don't know. Anyways.
I like it. I think I think it's very fitting to our
Thank you.
current circumstances, obviously. And I kind of gesture to the burning forests on every side of us.
I feel like completing it by like remembering this occasion, like the flame remembers you even now type of a thing. But should we remember like the city? Like it's heresy, isn't it? Why would we want to remember that?
We don't need to remember the heresy, but we should remember the grace the Emperor has given these people. The hope, the savior, all of that. But Calliope, I need you to make me a promise.
Yeah.
If things go south, you need to turn and run. No staying, no reciting poems. Just go. Save yourself, if nothing else.
Okay. Okay. Say, you seem to know a lot about things like poetry and history.
Yes?
Do you ever study those things?
It's been a passing interest of mine, but nothing that I've really studied. I've looked into it from time to time when I was young, but I've never quite had a knack for it.
Well, I admire that. I think you should pursue it. It's a noble goal, writing. I don't know if I ever thanked you for saving me on the ship when it caught fire. And I really appreciate that. I mean, most of the people in this host don't care about us civilians, and so it meant a lot that you did that. I know. And she reaches up and she touches the scar on her face from where the heat of the side of the ship burned her.
Thanks aren't needed for something like that. That is the least I could do for you.
Well, I started a poem about you, and could I read you that as well?
Sure, if you'd like.
She pulls out her journal, and it's pristine, and she opens it to a page, and she goes, I gathered the moments we were told to forget, your laughter, your sorrow, the night we met. And she closes it. She goes, it's a work in progress. And she puts her journal back in her backpack.
I think it's good. I think it's flattering, if nothing else.
Thanks. And in that moment, there's a flash that goes off, and you see Annelise has skipped and hopped above in front of the procession, and she's taken a photo of all of you guys walking. She's like, oh, that came out so well. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Oro, you blinked.
Sounds about right.
All right, I have to do it again. All right, everybody say apples. And she goes to take the photo, and the flash doesn't go off. She goes, this bulb. Well, it puts her camera down, and she pulls out her sketch pad, and she comes up to Oro, and she just stands next to him as you guys are walking, and she starts drawing in from memory what this photo would have looked like. Oro, are you gonna burn the city down?
So when the mist flash goes off, I do mark a stress to glamour myself to make it look like I have that grin again. So that grin lasts until I essentially mark an HP or declare an attack. So this whole time it looks like I'm maniacally grinning.
And she doesn't notice.
Okay.
She's so oblivious right now.
Not a good drawer.
But you do see Theodore at this moment. It's kind of like off put, and this is all happening at the same time that all this other conversation is happening. So right now he's just about finished up with his conversation with Cole when he sees that, and he kind of like is excusing himself. You've definitely creeped him out maybe a little bit.
Oh, I got grills on, maniacal grin. Yeah.
So Annelise is just happy as shit walking by you, drawing her scene. Oren, are you going to burn the city down?
No, not on those.
You know, it would be really cool to see, like, I could totally capture something like you burning, like, just shooting fire out, or with your bubbles, and like them surrounding the swordsmen as they come and they attack you, and then we slay them, and like, it would look so good in like a big canvas sketch. It would be so cool.
And at least this is why no one trusts the poets or the photographers.
Why's that? Well, I mean, maybe one day if I could become a soldier too, and then people would trust me.
And this would be your start.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh, not at all.
I mean, I'm just so excited. Like, I've never seen war before.
Let's stick to the rivers and the lakes that we're used to.
Okay. But it is my job to document it, like, to remember. Like, isn't it good that I'm excited to see it? Like, I'll do a better job that way.
Idealist, you'll be with the bard this time, right?
I don't know. I was hoping, well, yeah, I probably should document the peace treaty if it happens.
Yeah. At least shows the intent, right? In history.
Wait, you're not going to be there?
I will be. But I think it's in your best interest to stick to Cole, the company, which the bard will be close by to.
Yeah, you're right. I did want to get you like another photo. I know you weren't happy with the one that I took you the other night, but
One was me with the grill. Yeah.
Yep. And she goes, I know it didn't turn out how I was hoping it to. So I will get you that photo. I promise you. Actually, you know what I was thinking this morning?
No. I don't.
This might be silly, but I want to grab a photo of you riding Cole's shell.
Riding Cole's. You do know he's not a mount, right?
Well, I know, but I figured like part of him comes from the sea with the turtle, and like you're from the sea.
Oh yeah. You know, he's a friend, not a mount.
It would be, I know it was silly.
We can ask Cole. You want to ask Cole?
He looks busy.
You can get the shot when you're willing to ask him.
Okay. It might be a while.
Can I make an insight check? How long is a while? Well, that's a 20 with fear, but you can't. I don't think you can have more fear than that.
That was instinct or instinct.
I want to get kind of a read.
Yeah, like Cole terrifies her, but like in a curious way.
Yeah.
And she was like, Oro, speaking of Cole, do you know how, like, that happened? Like, I don't remember reading about any of that in history books.
About what?
Like, how we have, like, sentient, like, humanoid, I don't even know what to call him.
A murderer.
Yeah, well, I know how that happened, but like, I don't know, like Galapagos and have you seen, who's the person in the inner circle that's a fawn? Like, how does that happen?
the Emperor's light.
Yeah, probably. I'd like to see the Emperor's light at some point.
Dream big.
I wonder how that would show up in a photo. I'd have to like turn the sensitivity way down on my camera.
Think the Emperor's light physical, metaphorical, that you would capture it on camera?
I like to think it's maybe a bit of both. Have you ever met the Emperor?
Annelise? Cole's a murderer. I'm a murderer too.
Yeah.
No, we have not.
No, it's true. Wonder if Captain Garren has. He's a chaplain after all. You like the camera's there? It's lost to the gods.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yep.
At this point, you approach the city, and there are two soldiers out front, and they're wearing very like worn plate armor, and it looks like it's been, hammered and used and abused, but they've done their best to like clean it up. And they meet you out front. One of them looks at Malcolm. Mr. Malcolm, good to see you again. We're here to escort your party to the chapel halls. Very good. Gentlemen, your escorts, I wish you well. You know what to do if you fail. Treat them well, or you'll regret it. Of course.
Just a moment, soldiers. Let me address the troops real quick.
Sure.
So attention, everybody. What we're going into, this is heavier than any battle we fought before. We are asking these people to take their ancestors, take their faith, and take their identities, throw it in the fire, and leave the ashes behind. And in doing so, we are bringing these people to the Emperor's light and to truth. And we are saving these people. That is our ultimate mission here. And as we are guests to the city, I want everybody to be on their best behavior. If they sneer, spit at us, and snicker, I want you all to show restraint.
Calliope is writing down your words as you say it.
So let us go in here and show these people the Emperor's light and bring them to the Don's forgiveness. And with that, I'm going to use my rally ability. So once per session, you rally the party and give yourself and each of your allies a rally die, which is a D6. And a player character can spend their rally die to roll it, adding the result to their action roll, a reaction roll, a damage roll, to clear a number of stress, or to clear a number of stress equal to the result. And then at the end of the session, clear any unspent rally die.
Hella nice.
So the doors to the city, the big gate opens, and you'll notice it's like a portcullis, and there's another gate in the inside. There's actually three, and they all open at the same time, and you see the city on the other side. And though the forest is burned down, nothing has been touched in the city itself. So as you guys walk in the city, the one guard leads you, the other guard kind of follows behind. Grayfawn kind of nervously takes up the rear, making sure that he stands between the civilians and the blade guard. As they're leaving, the guy in the head kind of turns around. He says, "Please follow closely. I cannot guarantee your safety if you stray too far. You are not welcome here. Just know that no harm will come to you as long as you stay within range. Understand? All right. and he begins to lead you through the streets. And as you go through the streets, you notice that this seems to be a very normal looking city, except you can tell that the people here are beginning to go malnourished as the siege has been ongoing. Then we just burned the forest down. Nobody can hunt. There's a blockade out in the ocean. So you see people are happy, but they're not doing well. You see people going about their daily lives. You pass, it looks like a merchant area, a bazaar of sorts, and people are trading and bartering, and they look like normal people, just like that you would know back home in the emperor's realm.
What are they trading?
Go ahead from this distance. Just give me is it instinct? Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah.
That's a 14 plus 17 with hope.
You see from this distance that people are trading. You see rats that people are trading for food. You see flour. You see some potatoes. Some small things that could be possibly grown here inside the city. And you see them being traded for things like cooked breads and clothing and shoes. And you do see some people trading things for weapons, like daggers and small wooden shields. And what's the smaller shield that's literally just used for like deflecting other attacks?
Buckler?
A buckler. You see a lot of bucklers being traded, and you see that there are children running around, and somebody will make a trade, and a little street urchin will run up and try to steal something and run off with it. Very normal city behavior for this time. And you also, if everybody would give me instinct roll as well, except you, I'll use your existing instinct roll.
Nice. More fear for you, but...
Well, I'm already maxed, so.
Actually, a good time to get fear, right?
Yeah,
Great point.
We can't go below rock bottom.
16.
I got a 12 with hope.
What's it? Fear?
With fear, but
Well, I can technically use that fear as long as I spend it immediately, because I'll just spend this and then get it back.
23 with fear.
So what I'm going to do here is you, in spending that fear, you begin to see like crowds forming as you walk through, and you hear whispers, and you hear people like the destroyers. You hear non-believers. You hear they wish for us to worship another. You hear kill them. A woman walks amongst them. You hear
your ankles are showing.
you hear people specifically in relation to Cole. Monster. Don't look at it. Turn. And this will cause everybody to mark a stress.
in light of seeing everyone sort of respond to us, Cole's gonna stand a little bit taller, actually. He's gonna try to start making eye contact with those who are purposefully avoiding it. I'm also gonna walk a lot closer to the chaplain than everyone else. Sort of in like a on guard position.
This isn't the desert, right? Like we're still in semi.
Yeah, this is like a not necessarily a tundra. It's more like coastal jungles. If you're familiar with like the area north of LA, that type of an environment.
In lieu of that, and hearing everyone, can I cast Nature Tongue and focus on the sound of nature instead?
Sure.
So urban trees, urban. You know.
Yeah. I will say that the DC on this is going to be higher, just because the lack of nature, but there definitely is nature.
And can I use my seafaring cowboy experience
Probably not here.
Okay.
There is, well, not here. There would be locations in the city where I would say that it would make sense to use that experience, but not currently where you are.
Okay, so with that said, because the domain card does says it's a DC 12, but you said it's going to be higher or just...
Oh, is it? It actually tells the DC on there to be able to... Okay, disregard what I said then. I'll just adjust the information.
You're the DM. If you tell me...
No, that's good.
13 plus 3, 16 with hope.
So you get sort of the same feeling here from nature, but you feel fear where you walk. So as you walk, nature remembers you. And so it pulls back, and ever so subtly, because you're now attuned to the emotions of and the feelings of nature, you see like this, not quite a palm tree. It's more of like a cross between a palm tree and like an evergreen. You see, as you pass by, the leaves just turn away from you just ever so slightly, to where other people might say, oh, there's just a slight breeze. But you know that nature is revolted by your presence here.
And I'm getting it from all sides. The humanoids, people noise, whatever, and the nature too. And I still got that shit-eating grin on me.
As you guys are walking, you guys go down this like side alley, and it very much looks like a red light district. And you see scantily clad women dancing in windows and out front. And as you're walking down, with the perception rolls that you guys have already rolled, it would...
And the red lights.
Shoot him out. Not a word, Eddie.
With those perception rolls, you can tell that this is probably an intentionally picked path to make you guys uncomfortable. And they slow down as they work their way through crowds. You can see Grayfon kind of corrals the civilians maybe a little bit closer to him as you guys navigate the crowds. And you pass by a particular building, and it looks like a tall, slender, 6 foot tall human woman kind of turns towards Garren, actually. And I will mark a stress for her, and she will say, she will mock you, and she will say, oh, look at me. I think I am nobility. Because your regal suit and your badges. See,
Cole chuckles a little bit.
they mean nothing here, big boy. And you will make a presence reaction roll.
Presence reaction roll.
And for reaction rolls, they do not generate hope or fear.
And a presence
Yes.
21.
Oh.
And it would be fear again.
Oh, look at you after all.
Dice or something.
Switch one life.
How do you rebuttal to save face in her reaction?
I'll just slightly turn to Cole, who was chuckling, and these peasants are beneath us.
I will then spend a fear, and she riles up the crowd, and she points to you and she says, "He is the cause of all of your problems. Do not forget that you are malnourished, and you can't draw in clients like you could because he and those like him prevent you from being able to eat." And now the crowd is riled up, and the whispers begin to get louder. and all of the eyes are on you. The crowd forms behind you, and they follow, and it's almost turning into a riot.
You still going the peaceful route on this for now?
Yes.
All right. Here's the boss.
I've got a shit-eating grill saw.
While all this is happening, and it's very loud, and everyone's focused on like this guy. I'm gonna turn to Oro. What's our game plan here?
Have we seen, by the way, I don't know if it's the last perception roll or if we're just not at that part of the city yet. The marketplace was the temple that I saw in the vision.
No, you will not have seen that. However, I will ask you, what is your goal currently? Are you looking to just observe? Are you looking for a way to dip out? Are you looking for, like, if you were to see something, are you looking to follow and to go investigate? Or right now, are you just clocking everything as you walk?
So, a little bit of both for the first part. Right now, I am observing, first, the people around, because I can change my glamour to look like one of them if I have to. But more importantly, for those signs. Like, once we reach the part of the city where this looks like the marketplace, the temple, all of the other signs that were pointed at, I changed my glamour form to look like one of the peasants and sneak off to the side.
Okay. And so I will say that, like, you remember there was a wall, right, in your dream, or your vision, rather. So you're clocking, like, where are there walls that are, that could match this description? And you see most of the monasteries and chapels have walls around them, and they're everywhere. So it's a little difficult to say for sure. I mean, you're like, okay, it could be any of these places. Yeah. With that, where you are in that role, you don't hear anything other than people talking. You don't hear any music.
I do know there's like the marketplace place to the left. There's a night tower behind.
Yep.
And yeah, those are like the only landscape or land type signals or indicators we have.
I will say that as you guys, it definitely appears that you guys are approaching the main place where you're going to be meeting. It looks like the chapel in the center of the city. It looks like you're getting there. There's a river that actually cuts through from the coast, and it comes through, and it kind of crosses like one block ahead. And so you cross a bridge to get there.
A river or canal?
It's a river, but I will say it's been built up almost in something like the LA River, where it's intentionally they put blocks all the way around it to prevent it from eroding. So a river built up to take the place of a canal. Okay. And you, as you cross it, what was your perception roll?
It was 17 with hope.
With hope. We'll keep that perception roll. You see a child lock eyes with you.
Okay.
And then
With my shade grin.
yeah, and does not react.
Okay.
And slowly takes like 3 steps back, turns and books it.
Turns and bugs it in the red light district as we're like leaving that spot.
It's be like maybe another block or 2 into the city.
Okay. I'm not in the business of chasing kids.
I could be.
Oh.
I'm gonna try.
Block.
I'm gonna try and like find a moment to like duck out where like it's like hard for people, like people aren't really looking at me, and try to follow that kid.
Give me a finesse if you can. DC 13.
13.
And I got you if you can't do it.
Well, I've got the rally thing or whatever it's called. I'm gonna use the rally thing. Actually, wait, no, I don't have to. 13.
Nice. Meet or beat it. No.
Here.
Very nice.
He just got rid of one.
For the rally, can we use it after we know the results?
Actually, that's a just.
It should tell you right on the card if it can.
It just says a PC can spend their rally die to roll it, adding the result to their action roll, reaction roll, damage roll, or to clear a number of stress equal to the result.
When it says add, so I imagine you need to know the result and add on to it.
That sounds fair.
I don't know if you fail or pass the roll, I guess.
So I will say, like, describe how you slip out, first of all.
I'm gonna like throw my hood up and just kind of like hunch over so I'm not as abnormally tall and just kind of like slip out when people are like walking ahead and everyone's like looking at Garren and just kind of like settle out and just see how quickly and quietly I can go while not drawing too much attention.
So you succeed in slipping out, but because you succeeded with fear, there are consequences.
Naturally.
Somebody notices that you have slipped out. If you can make an 18 instinct roll, I will tell you who notices that you slipped out.
18, you said?
Yes.
You can do it.
It's cool, isn't it?
I'm gonna use the rally thing, and he didn't really help. 16.
Well, no, you succeed, but with fear.
Okay. It was with fear anyways.
Yeah. I spent 3 hope.
Thank you.
Calliope sees you,
Okay.
and Calliope disappears from the group as well.
I mean, man, I wasted 3 hopes on that.
And Calliope,
die.
what happens is as she sees you slip out, she kind of walks a little bit just to the right of somebody where she shoulder checks somebody in the crowd. They kind of trip. They hit Grayfon. He goes to push them out of the way, and she's gone. Sir.
Yeah.
I lost one of them.
Which one?
The poet.
Okay, don't let it happen again.
I need more rum. That's what's in. What are we drinking today? Rum and Coke. Kraken. I gotta. What's that?
Cuba Libre.
So, actually,
Leave it
Does-
to pass.
so you're
Raise for the red light districts and then bounces.
So you're off, and you go to follow this child.
Not a good look, by the way.
Whatever. You said you're not in the business? I am.
Of chasing
me.
kids down alleys. Yes,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm pretty sure that is an offense in the Empire.
I don't care.
As you're walking, you're chasing this child, and how careful are you being? What is your intent? Are you just I'm gonna keep an eye on this child. I'm gonna follow them wherever they go. I'm gonna try to be sly about it. What is your
I'm
strategy?
trying to like stick to the shadows and like be like sly about it, but if I feel like I'm starting to lose the kid, I don't care. I'm just gonna be like doing what I can to make sure I have eyes on this kid no matter what happens.
And what was your finesse roll?
It was
16?
yes.
I'm going to have you roll a d6 for advantage. And I don't know if this is an experience that you have, but you are good at pretending something. And
Experience that I have.
I'm not going to say it out loud, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Roll and add to that. That's going to add to your stealth roll.
Oh, I'm curious. What are you pretending?
Well, she's good at hiding.
Plus the experience.
Plus the experience? Because I do have an experience.
That's going to be for your experience.
Okay, yeah, it was a 4.
Yeah, so we're not technically, I don't want you to spend a hope for it.
Gotcha.
This is just, I'm going to give you an advantage in this situation.
Sweet, thank you.
So you're almost invisible in the crowd. So what does your character do?
Beelining it towards this child. I'm keeping them within my line of sight. I'm also keeping an eye out for anything that Oro told me about the whereabouts of the choir, but like I'm more focused on this kid and where it's going and okay.
All right, very good. While this is happening, this is going to take a hot minute. So we will shift back to the three of you. You guys are about to, you're like 100.
All right.
What's that?
And I'm still.
Oro slipped out or no?
Cass is chasing kids. I'm waiting until I see some other like landmarks.
You haven't slipped out yet. You're good.
Yeah.
So you're about 100 yards from the front gate. I'm going to leave this opportunity for anybody to do anything else before you get to the gate that leads into the monastery.
What's the scenery like here? Like, do we have trees and flower beds?
There are like decorative like flower beds. Like imagine at this point, you know, you're going up like a cobbled street and it widens, and then they've got like the trees that line either side, and then you've got like a smaller path and a bigger path for like carts down the center, and you're walking down the center, and those same trees that are turning their leaves away from you are in those not flower beds, but in the area dug out, and they're not super healthy. Like nobody has the resources currently to take care of them, but it's imagine like a tropical city of sorts. So they take great pride in that.
So even here, they're still kind of turned away from me, though.
Yes.
Yeah. I will take this time to like re-glamour myself. My gourd looks like baskets, you know, that way it looks like I'm just someone in the market or trading, so I put stuff in the basket. But I look like any of the other dirt poor people. Hodgepodge of all the different features that I saw walking in.
All right.
And then I said,
gentlemen, we're here. This is where I leave you. Your other escorts will meet you inside. Please feel free to enjoy the garden on the other side of the wall before you head in. Our home here is your home. Are we missing one?
missing two.
Oh, you do slip.
Yeah, I'm glamored and slipped.
3 now too, right? Because Goliath.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a civilian.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me finesse on that, and we'll do DC 10.
Sure. I'm not good at this. Can I use the Fickle Tide as my experience for it?
Okay. Yeah.
Huzzah. I'm gonna use that. Well, no, hold up, because that's 7, 8, 9.
Just
and that's 10. You said 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 was fear.
All right.
Spending it.
So I will spend that fear. You do make it out. Give me DC 13 instinct. Somebody follows you. Who is it?
That is a 14 plus 3, 17 was hope.
You notice that Annelise has slipped out, and she begins to follow you.
Follow me specifically? Even okay.
I feel like we've lost half our party.
Sir,
What happened?
the other one's gone.
Which other one?
The historian, the photographer. I see her.
Can you stop her?
I will go. I will protect her.
Okay.
All right.
Fine. Go get her.
Of course. And he slips out, but he is not going to be able to be sneaky about it. As this is happening, the leader of the guard has like asked like, where is the rest of your party? And Grayfon slips out and he says, sorry, I will get them. I'm so sorry. Nosy, curious civilians. And the guard's like, go with him. And so the other guard goes with Grayfon, and they go after Annelise.
I look like a poor person. I'm strolling.
So it's you two and you two. All right. So the guard goes, I'm so fucking dead. Oh my god, I should have brought more men. Hey, well, whatever. You're the important one. So he opens the door. He goes under his breath, I just can't guarantee anybody's safety if you all fucking run away.
Do they get sucked into the crowd?
I don't know. I'm sure at least 2 of them know what they're doing. The other 2...
Photographer in the pool.
So you guys enter the garden, and standing at the actual entrance to the chapel is a cloaked figure wearing blue and gold, many robes. And then he's got like a sash. He's got not a cross on his neck, but he does wear a necklace with many symbols in gold and brass and copper, all the same hue kind of on his necklace. And he stands with his hands in his robe so that it looks like it's just a continuous flowy thing as he stands there. And he just watches and waits for you to approach.
Are you Dareth?
Chaplain Garren, the Flames envoy. Welcome to what remains of our city. You've already burned our forests. We thought it courteous to prepare the ashes. I am Darren. Come forth and we will talk. And he gestures as you enter to bowls of gray dust, incense mixed with the soil, and it smells sweet and cloying. And the first, as you walk in, and he goes, the ashes of the forest that you've burned, mixed with incense. I thought it fitting.
Smells lovely.
Yeah. Wow.
Can I collect like a teaspoon worth of it just to have?
Okay.
Well, as you can see,
First, we must go into chambers before we discuss business.
okay, very well.
And he walks, and as he walks, you see like other priests kind of fold in and begin to walk on either side of you. And as he walks, he does so in that manner where he's like glides across the floor, not so much bobbing and weaving. And then another set of doors open up into this large worshiping space, and you see pillows on the floor, no tables, no chairs, and you see a rug rolled out and many foods sit and spread on it. On the edges of the room, you see little alcoves with different shrines and candles lit. The incense smell goes stronger, and he turns, sit. We have taken into our reserves to prepare only the best meals that we could to talk peace. Sit, and I will begin to pray. And he kneels down on the pillow. He sits at the head. All the other priests sit. There's many open spaces from all of the people that are no longer here. And he sits and he prays silently to himself. And then he looks up. We were told your emperor offers peace.
This is correct.
We were told peace now means kneeling beneath another man's memory.
The Emperor does not wish you to kneel. He wishes you to stand beside him. However, you cannot have 2 masters. Your gods are feeble, and they fail you. So come, join the Emperor's light, join the truth. I ask you, priest, where are your gods? Where are your gods now?
You worship a light that burns truth to keep warm. We worship the silence, because silence remembers what words destroy.
Silence remembers what words destroy.
Tell me, if you offer peace, then why do you do so with a sword at our throat?
If your gods wished to save you, they would have done so by now. They would have saved the cities that have come before you. They would have saved the people that have come before you, but they are absent. They do not answer you now. They haven't answered you before, and they haven't answered the cities before them. Your gods are no longer.
Do you know why they are no longer?
Because the emperor is the truth and the only divinity.
Because there are other armies that lie upon our lands. The gods that you erase, they do not forgive, but they remember. And every ember that you kindle awakens something older than your emperor. And if you do not stop, they will fight back.
That simply cannot be true.
Tell me, Chaplain, when the flame forgets everything but itself, what will it rule? Ash?
If it must. But the flame doesn't just consume, it warms. And it warms and it feeds the people that stand beside it. So please, I beg you, save your people, save your city. Right now, your families suffer, your children suffer, your friends suffer. If you come to the light of the Emperor, you can stand beside him and prosper and have and secure a future for your families, secure a future for your children. Give up your false gods, the gods that do not hear you, the gods that do not answer you, and come to the light of the Emperor.
Damn, I gotta give you advantage on your next roll because of the thunder outside. And that next roll is going to be a presence check to.
Do I actually get advantage? Or?
Yeah. Listen, I can't argue with the actual gods of thunder out there.
And it's not with fear. 17.
Let's hear that.
22 with hope.
You seem passionate about this subject, so I am open to hearing more. But first, let us make an offering, as your emperor does, of remembrance. And the attendants bring forward silver goblets and ornate carafes. Please let us drink and eat, and I will hear more of what you have to offer. For if death is and destruction is the only alternative, it would be a fool not to at least hear you out.
Thank you. I want to wait till somebody else eats or drinks because I don't.
Yeah, I also don't trust them. Can I do an insight check to sort of see if they're planning anything? If this is malintent. Yeah. I have the Slyvorn, so advantage on rolls. Detect lies. Would that? I'm over just seeing if they're trying to poison us or not.
Yeah, probably not for that part.
All right,
but yeah.
I've played Portal. The cake is a lot. I think back.
That is a 7 with fear.
It doesn't smell like any wine that you're familiar with, but that does not mean that it is necessarily poisoned.
Is the other priest eating and drinking?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will join in.
Do you join in?
No.
Okay.
That's smart.
I don't recognize it. I'm normally not this discerning, but...
Give me a instinct reaction roll.
Ooh, I'm not around. I can't.
Oh no.
It's not with fear. Instinct. 8 with hope.
Aren't you? You're an elf, right?
Yes.
Oh no, you have to mark it before. You could get it. You have to do it beforehand, but you could have done an advantage.
Oh yeah.
On a reaction.
See, I should read my abilities.
8 with hope. You will have disadvantage on the next 5 rolls.
That's rough.
Gassy at the table.
You feel this, but you don't know if it's poison or if it's the result of becoming drunk.
What is this that you were feeding us?
This is wine from our city. The last cask, actually,
Seems very strong.
is very strong for the weak-minded.
Gee, insults.
As this is happening, we will shift to you two.
Oh boy.
So you are very stealthy right now. You're not so much. I mean, you kind of are, but
I'm not necessarily trying to stealth more
Yeah.
than I am just trying to blend in.
Yeah.
Like, I look like a poor person. One of the peasantries. It doesn't help that I have a photographer's like trailing me, who clearly doesn't. They must really care about like, you know, documenting the status of the poor people here or something. I don't know.
yeah. As you guys are walking or running, rather, I'm going to have you do an instinct roll with disadvantage, and I'll just straight up instinct roll.
Disadvantage is minus a d6?
Yes.
Instant bro. This is in a reaction to the.
Yes. Great.
It is a reaction.
No.
No. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no.
I got a 14 with hope.
I got a 17 was.
Okay. You hear as you're chasing this kid, you hear somebody says out loud as you're passing by, "The singer keeps the darkness asleep. I hope they do not disturb them." You notice as you're walking, a little girl actually looks up at you, and she recognizes that you do not belong here, and she turns and she flees in the opposite direction.
Before I'm walking.
Yes.
How far back is Annelise from me?
But you, at this point, you see Calliope in the distance, and you know that Calliope sees her. So this little kid ran the other direction, but you also see Calliope, and you know Calliope's following her. Annelise is nowhere in sight. You can't see Annelise.
Okay. And Cass is all but invisible. Okay, so I can't see Cass, but I do see the poet.
And then one last roll. This is going to be an agility roll,
Agility?
and this is to keep up with the child.
Oh boy. That is a 10 with fear.
You no longer see the child, but you hear music,
Oh god.
and there is a wall in front of you.
Is it the melody that I heard when I was getting out of the water?
You don't hear it yet because you're still running. If you eventually will catch up, as I'm assuming at this point. Now that you're like oh shit or
I'm
something.
kind of like stopped, and I'm like,
So you catch up and you also hear it, and it's the same but different, if that makes sense.
Like a different key?
A different song, the same voice
Oh.
or voices. And it's coming from the other side of the wall. There's a small iron gate leading into a small courtyard.
Is the gate open?
You go and try it.
I'm just gonna look at it. Is there like a padlock? Is there a handle?
It looks to just be like a heavy drop gate. There is a door in it that one could open and close.
is there anybody like watching us right now? Like, are we kind of alone right now, or is there like a crowd?
This is more of a less busy area.
Okay.
Yeah,
And no kids around.
no kids anymore.
Has Calliope caught up at this point? to us?
You don't see her.
Huh.
Well, I don't want to say that you don't see her. Give me instinct.
Okay. 16 with hope.
You don't see her.
Great.
Yep.
Do I see you? You were like basically
I
invisible.
stopped. I don't
Oh,
kind of like. I
you
think I'm just kind of like standing in the middle of a street. I don't. But you're disguised, right?
As a poor person.
You have no idea who you are.
You don't look like you belong here, Missy.
I'm sorry.
Who brought you here? Why are you...
My mother.
You looked well groomed. I don't like
I
that.
love-
And I spit at like her feet. Not on your foot, but like...
Can I help you?
Where are you trying to go?
The grave.
I'll see you there soon, Missy. This is a one-way street. You didn't see the signs. There are no signs. But maybe you look.
Can I?
This is how I know you're not from here.
Can I help you find someone? Are you lost?
I'm actually
Helper.
heading right over where, like, the door's in front of us, right? Like the drop gate door. Seems like we're heading in the same direction.
Just fucking with me.
After you.
Oh no, I'm just observing.
Oh no, I insist. Beauty before age.
Ladies first.
I'm a hodgepodge of different traits. I don't even know how I'm trying to present myself.
Or just quickly like,
What would I don't, is it instinct, perception, like to investigate? Or is that intelligence?
are you looking? What are you investigating? Into the.
The door. Like, do I see any?
Well, when you walk up to the door, you do see the courtyard beyond. And you see a woman in ceremonial garb picking up that child that was running away. And you hear her. She's not being particularly quiet about it. She says, "Hush now, child. The light of the gods will protect you." And in the far edge of the courtyard, you see a man kneeling in front of that statue that you saw in your dream that's on the ground, which is like almost like a pentagram of blood. And you see blood like dripping on the ground from his eyes. And the music now, as you're standing at the gate, is much louder. And the guy's hands are trembling and he's shaking almost like he's having a seizure as this is happening. And then you see on the opposite side a choir singing quietly, loud enough for you to hear out there, but they're not like performative. Right.
They're not projecting
Yeah.
voice. I dare say, isn't this the heresy your people often talk about?
Can I get insight or instinct check on this guy? What is happening here?
I do have advantage on my disguise.
I don't like you very much. Does that mean disadvantage on this, or does it?
Oh, I actually don't know how
just
contested roles work here.
I guess on the side when they there's not really any guidance.
7.
You just think it's this crazy, like,
So
you just see like this androgynous, like crazy ass figure, like talking you up, and you're just like, I don't know if I have time for this.
can I help you find something?
Yes, you're in my way. I'm trying to get over there.
Step like 2 steps that way.
You do?
I stay out of your way.
All right. I walk up to the door. I look at the doorknob. Is it lever, doorknob?
It's open.
The door's open?
Door's open.
Oh. Is it an in or an outie?
It's out.
Oh. Can I help you? Are you
I'm people watching.
gross? I step through the threshold, and as I do, I turn back to look at Cass, and the disguise drops,
Oh,
and it's
fuck
just
you.
Oral. It's the same shit-eating grin and the grills.
Follow him. That wasn't Nice.
Little tricks amongst friends.
Uh-huh.
Don't you have some heresy to stop in the name of the Emperor?
I don't like you very much right now.
Come on, you have a job to do.
We both do.
What do you do when you get on the other side?
I'm going to... Where is it? I'm going to see if I can't cast invisibility on Oro. If I make a spellcast roll and on a success, I mark a stress and choose yourself or an ally within melee range to become invisible. Well, that was 20. So you're invisible. You cannot be seen except through magical means, and attack rolls against you are made with disadvantage. And whenever you take an action, the effect ends. So, to track of that. Or whenever you take an action, I count down, and then the effect ends. I take us on that.
So it's not just one action.
No, it's two.
Yeah. It's two.
Two.
Cool.
So you're invisible.
Yeah.
So the rune here glows softly. You can tell at night it's much brighter, but it pulses, and you hear like a... And you see that the man's convulsions begin to get worse, and the rune, as it's spinning, it slowly comes to a stop. And then that blood slowly begins to harden from the bottom to the top as it becomes something unnatural. And it almost looks like stone, but it's almost like a semi-solid, if you will, where it still seems to undulate, but much slower than the liquid blood above it.
It doesn't last long. I'm casting corrosive projectile on the rune itself, like the hardening in the rune.
Okay.
That way just...
So you're going to destroy the rune?
I'm going to try. I'd make a spell cast roll against a target within far range. Does my witch feature include rank? When you are an ally. Okay, thank gosh. That's a 12 with fear, and if it doesn't succeed, I will spend 3 hope to use my witch charm to make it succeed with fear.
All right. And we will pause there and transition to you two.
Just for mechanics' sake, did the original roll succeed, or did I need to use it?
You did need to use it. Yep. And just before we transition that scene, it does work. You shatter the rune, and the singing stops. The courtyard goes eerily still. You smell ozone. And something exhales. We transition to your scene with you two. As you are sitting there, you hear... You hear me now. We fucked up. Hey, we're gonna take a 10-minute break.
You can't just break now.
I think we fucked out.
I disagree.
Still one turn of invisibility.
Yeah.
I just got drunk. You can't.
You're drunk.
Hi guys, you want to meet us? We don't actually do meet and greets, but we do have a Discord. If you want to hang out there, we're all pretty active in our Discord. We have a great community going on. We have an artist page, so if anyone feels so inclined to do some fan art, I know me myself, I'm gonna be posting some stuff in there sometime soon. So yeah, it's a great community. Welcome to join us.
And we have a Reddit page, which I can only imagine is going to be full of nice things and nice people that have nice things to say. You can find that and our Discord right here on the screen. Welcome back from break. You hear that in your heads.
Oh, it's in our heads. Creepy voice in our heads.
In your heads.
Drunk.
Although it's in your heads, but it sounds like it's coming from out. Like it sounds like it's somebody literally right here whispering, but nobody else in the room except like you two clock each other like that you. But nobody else seems to have heard it. Also, just double check your chairs real quick. Good. So yeah, that happens.
Does anyone in the room other than us look to be doing anything different than a second ago?
No, in fact, he had just finished taking the head priest there has just finished taking Dareth has just finished taking his drink of wine.
Hit me a little harder than I thought.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad.
Karen starts like slurring a little bit.
Tell me, what is life like in the Empire?
I mean, I imagine it's pretty similar to here. People go about their days, trade flourishes. Back home, art flourishes back home.
Walking these streets, I almost felt back at home.
Other than the rioting and starving people and starving children and
Well,
burnt forests.
Bad neighborhoods like everybody else.
I mean, how can we get you to surrender the city? Like, what will it take?
So you expect us to abandon our gods? Is that the ultimate condition?
That is the only term for surrender.
And if we were to say no, that is ultimately what will lead to our deaths.
Correct.
And what would you do? How would you handle people worshiping in secret?
I mean, those people would be weeded out as best as possible. I mean, it's going to be impossible to stop everybody, but eventually over time, your gods will be forgotten and the truth will come to light.
You make a hard bargain between betraying our gods or betraying ourselves. Make a presence check.
At disadvantage?
Yes.
Well, you shouldn't negotiate.
Let's use some abilities here.
Please.
I will use my experience voice of the Emperor. Does that work? To add +2.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That disadvantage is rough. So that is -6. What's +2?
-4.
And plus presence. Okay. So it is 14. Oh, it's not too bad. It's 19 with fear.
And you're maxed out.
Go through it now so you get hope later.
Let me tell you of what I know of your emperor.
So that, or, hold on. That was one roll at this. So I have 4 more rolls with it, and that's any roll. Okay.
The old gods, as they are called, the pantheon of vast contradictory divinities tied to memory and silence, storms, dusk, hunger, song, and fate. They were not benevolent, they were not monstrous. They are elemental forces that shape humanity, and we are shaped by that in turn. Nature, death, fear, hope. They do not answer prayers consistently. They do not love, but they noticed. And they're noticing. And they're afraid of being silenced. We've known of your emperor, and we have feared the day that this would come. And so we have done all that we could. You have another pen. Oh, God. And we've seen that the old gods would rather end everything than to be completely destroyed by your emperor, so that they may rebuild from the ashes after you have long, long left this place. Your emperor is lying to you. But I believe that if we give in, if we let you do as you say, that eventually we will all be destroyed, and that in destruction and in death will allow our gods, which we rightfully worship, to rebuild in the ashes. So I will agree to your terms. I will agree to your terms so that I may prove you wrong. When all is lost, and when death and destruction have come, and you see the light and the truth, the real truth, in your dying breath, may the gods have mercy on you.
Okay, we will write up a formal agreement for this.
I also need a presence reaction roll from both of you.
Oh, I'm going to spend hope to
I'm also going to spend hope.
get the reaction, mark a stress, and gain advantage on the reaction roll, which negates the disadvantage, right?
You don't
Yep.
spend hope, you just mark a stress.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stress.
I'm just going to mark stress, not spend a hope.
I'm using bold presence. So when you make a presence roll, you can spend a hope to use your strength for
Cool.
the roll.
Yep.
At least it's not
16 with hope.
this presence, so I'm at 11 with hope.
You're fine. You mark a fear as if just for a brief moment you are...
Mark a stress?
Yes. Sorry. If but for a brief moment your certainty falters, and your book begins to feel warm in your hands,
You're being like,
and you both hear in your ears again, they say to drown me out, but your hands have silenced them. You two hear good.
I think in due time, you will see the truth of the divinity of the Emperor and the truth behind the Emperor's light.
With a blade to my neck, I don't know what that is worth. But if I can save the citizens of this city to live one more day, then I will.
Very well. In due time.
I imagine we got a couple of years before it all goes to shit. I don't know how long I'm gonna be around, so sounds like not my problem.
Back to you two.
God.
As you have done what you have done,
Sound of that.
Right? Just save the city. Let's put it like that.
I will spend 2 fear,
Oh no.
Cool.
and there are 4 choir members, and then the woman that is holding the child. The woman that is holding the child drops the child, and she raises her hands out as the sigil is broken, and light glows from her, and that energy glows within the choir members, and they will. I need D4. I have a D4. 3. 3 of them will attack.
I'm invisible.
They're gonna attack her.
I should have done that to myself.
Wow, I can't believe you destroyed their runes.
And 1, 2,
Cassie will remember this.
3. All right.
Evasion's 11.
Nice. The other 2 I know missed.
Oh my god.
You hear like a key change, and a blast ripples, and the ground splits, almost like energy is ripping through the ground, and it comes and it hits you for 8 magic damage.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, it's only 4 magic damage, because that was an ability from another one, so damage is halved.
Perfect.
One more thing, reaction from her, and then we'll regain 1 of the spent fear. No, now spotlight goes. So that's
I'm going to look at the main lady with her arms and mouth glowy. I'm going to cast a voice of dread.
okay.
Where I can magically speak it directly into the ears of a creature I can see. So I'm gonna say, you do not want to tread upon this path, and I'm gonna make a fucking roll on off. Okay, that is 15. And on a success, they must mark a stress and become temporarily vulnerable, if that succeeds.
Mark a stress and become temporarily vulnerable. Okay.
Sweet. Oh boy.
We will do a countdown. Starting at 6.
For what?
I don't know.
Till blast off.
Spotlight. Anybody?
Okay, countdown starting at 6. And
After this action, you're visible again if you take an action.
I know.
He's like, you're about to watch roll work.
So first and foremost, I'm gonna mark a stress. So it's not an action yet, I think. Wait,
I don't think
I thought-
rolling constitutes an action.
In distance here, we're at far,
Far, okay.
by the way.
That's okay with me.
Don't forget about your rally die.
I'm gonna rely on that real soon. So I'm gonna use a stress to conjure swarm, which for me and all my bubbles, it's just myriads of bubbles around me. Specifically using the armored beetle side of conjure swarm. So I have that up, and then I'm gonna. You said how many of them are there? 4? And
There
the
are
choir-
4 choir members and the leader.
and the leader, which is the lady with the kid. What about the other dude that was like
He did.
he did? Okay. Blighted strike it is. So I'm gonna aim for the main lady. And Hell yeah! So that's a 16 plus 3, 19 with hope.
Yep, that'll do it.
It's not a lot of damage, but it is. Oh. 9 plus 1, so 10 points of magic damage.
Okay.
And the next time the target deals damage to an ally, it is reduced by half.
I forgot to mention my roll was with fear when I rolled for my spellcast.
Oh, so they should have gone to you.
Yeah.
The spotlight.
Yeah, that's okay.
And
It's going to go to me now.
Yeah. And I'm
Do you
visible.
have anything left you're doing?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna roll to reduce my stress. That's 2 stress. Wait, isn't she's vulnerable, right?
Yes.
I don't know what that does.
I also don't know.
You hit her well over, so yeah,
okay.
You're good. Just yeah, she has advantage, or you have advantage against her.
Okay, and that's everything.
Okay, I will spend that fear. One of the litany choir will attack back at you. That is a 16.
That hits.
5 magic damage. No, 9 magic damage.
Alright, that's 0 because of my armored beetles.
Okay.
Well, armored bubbles, and I'm gonna spend the hope to keep the bubbles still up.
Bubble wrap.
Yeah, yeah.
That will spend another fear. The next one will attack you. 14.
Yeah, that is.
11 magic damage.
Okay, I'm gonna spend an armor to knock it down to minor damage.
Spend a stress for you to mark a stress. A dissonant cry as the key is now off tune. So it's just slightly not a D, off pitch, and that causes some stress. I will spend another fear.
The D is not a D.
Another fear attack at you.
Deserve it.
14.
That hits.
11.
Minor damage. I'm gonna spend another hope to keep my bubble wrap up. So 0 damage.
Spending a stress, mark a stress. The key changes from G off, just off. And then I will spend another fear. Last attack at you.
Guys gonna use
That's a
both.
miss. Spotlight will change.
Okay, you got something?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You got something?
I can. I am, as a Pact of the Endless Warlock, I'm going to use Patron's Mantle, where I mark a stress to cloak myself in the terrifying aspect of the Emperor. That lasts until I take severe damage or the scene ends. So I am basically now terrifying to these people, because I'm cloaked with the light of the Emperor. Stress for that one. And that basically means when I would mark an armor slot, I can spend 2 favor instead, and I gain a bonus equal to my tier on action rolls to intimidate a target.
Cool.
That's not an action though, right?
Oh, is that an action?
Did you just roll for anything?
You get to, your spotlight does not go away until you roll.
Okay.
Well, it could then keep going unless I interrupt, or you want to share it. But yeah, you haven't rolled, so it's still yours.
And then in that case, I am going to attack the main lady, I guess. I'm gonna use Blighting Strike, might as well. Alright, let's see. Oh, probably not. That's 11.
11 will not.
Well, that's me. Oh, with fear.
Spending a fear. I'm going to spend that fear, actually. And just going to attack you back.
That's not bad.
That's a 7.
Spotlight. Well, didn't it go back to you because she missed?
Yeah, I just attacked and
Oh.
missed.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna conjure swarm again, but this time instead of the beetles, which are still up, it's just the same bubbles that I used in the forest, and now it's the fireflies. So, I am gonna move closer to so I'm in close range because I'm in far right now, right? So I'm moving close and then send a bunch of fire bubbles out. And I'm gonna use my Seaborn ability to add +3. Oh, that would have been a crit. I mean, that's 25 with hope.
That's a miss. No, I'm just kidding.
And because that's going to be for everyone in close range. It takes
So you move from far to close?
close. Yep.
I will need an agility roll.
From far to close? Okay. I'm okay with that. That's a 13 with fear.
You get there.
Actually, it's more than 13. It's a 15 with fear.
Okay. Yep, you get there. DC with 10.
Okay. Doesn't the spotlight go to you? Okay.
I mean, it could if I wanted to interrupt, but no.
So that's gonna be 2d8 plus 3 magic damage as the bubbles hit everyone. So that's 10 points of magic damage that pop off on everyone. Within close range.
All right. I will spotlight. I will use this fear, interrupt. I'm going to spotlight and attack you. When I do the spotlight, the main lady is going to mark a stress, and I will gain a fear back. And the attack against you is going to miss.
I'm going to cast Terrify on the main lady, so make a spellcast roll against a target within far range.
Roll.
An 11 with hope.
Against two?
The main lady.
Miss.
Okay.
I'm gonna witch charm it.
Okay.
This hurts. Not gonna lie.
Then don't do it.
No, it seems like a really good idea.
Okay. All right. So then she marks 4 stress, and is going to. I can choose to make the target run 1 range away from you, so she's going to go from far to very far.
She marks stress.
Yes. Yeah. I rolled 4 on a d4.
You see blood pour from her eyes as she is now out of stress and takes an HP. So just a recap for viewers and you guys. If you are out of stress and say take 20 stress, for example, you only mark 1 HP for each event that causes you over.
Okay. So yeah, she was going to run to very far.
I'm going to spend 2 fear, this fear and this fear. And we're going to spotlight those 4 of the choir again. We're splitting it 2 and 2.
Sure.
2 attacks on you. Those are both very much a hit.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no.
And 1 hit for you.
Okay.
These damage rolls are halved.
Mm-hmm.
So 12.
Okay.
8. Go ahead and half them. I'm not halving them when I tell them to you. 12. 11.
I thought you said only 1 hit me.
You're right, 12.
Okay.
I spent 2 favor to mark an armor slot for one of those.
And at the same time you hear,
Do you hear me now?
Me. Is that G flat or is that?
I think I know.
we are going to take a brief pause. You two, suddenly it grows dark, inexplicably dark. The candles don't seem to emit the light that they should, and the air begins to smell of ozone.
You know anything about this?
Yeah, I was reading the what is the meaning of this?
The choir has been slain.
Good.
No, you don't understand. The choir held him back.
Held who back?
The Gloaming King. Why did you slay the choir? You couldn't have asked me before you slayed the choir?
We're right here.
Like at the terms of this surrender.
The Gloaming is one of the surviving old gods. He once walked the worlds openly before the Empire stole the divine fire and sealed the heavens. Now trapped beyond the veil that the Emperor erected, the Gloaming King waits in the spaces between light and dark, and between breath and silence, and between the... And you see like his eyes begin to glow, and he like recoils back, and you see he begins to age as the life force is sucked out of him. And then as he becomes this old decrepit man, the next priest, his life force begins to be drained. His eyes glow bright. The lights and the candles flicker and pulse, and they all extinguish as all of the priests die. The light resumes. The candle lights come back to full power, and you are left alone.
Well, Cole, I guess
We gotta kill a god?
this is what happens when you resort to heresy.
Should we find out what the rest of the team is up to? It seems like they might have killed someone important.
Well, with the choir gone, that's one less obstacle for us, but now what do we do with their terms of surrender? There's no witnesses other than you and I.
I mean, the people will either have to now follow us or die. That's sort of the terms. So I guess we just follow the plan? Maybe kill an old god that's been released? Can't be that bad.
Where do we find this old god?
I'd start with where the choir died.
Where do you know where the choir died?
No idea.
I did tell you about my wish, though, the last session.
Yeah.
The doors come flying open. It's Grayfon. Cole,
Yeah?
they're in danger. I found them.
I'm glad you came to get us. Let's go.
What the fuck happened here?
Some old god got released. A couple singers died or something like that. We gotta kill something.
Well, I already killed the 2 guards that wouldn't let me in.
Good. Fast, efficient.
Let's
Good
go.
job.
Come on.
Let's go.
And so he begins to run, and leading you towards the combat. Back to you guys.
I take offense. We're not in danger. Some of us are in danger.
It was a weird situation, but sure.
I'll keep whacking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right. Firefly. In the skies. I can fly twice as high. Ooh. That's a 7, 8, 9. That's a 9 with fear. Does that hit anyone
No,
for the choir?
no.
Okay.
Their DC has actually been lowered through means that you don't know.
Sure.
It's 10.
Oh. With that said, I already used my die. Also, what's the countdown dice? We haven't used these for any time. Were we supposed to be counting our moons?
Yeah, I forgot to keep track of it. It's 3.
Sure. Okay, so we're at 3. Yeah, I can't afford to keep using that feature. So yeah, that's all I can do.
Was that with? Are you serious with him?
Yeah, that's what's fear.
Oh, with fear.
That's you.
Fair.
My bubbles go everywhere except where they need to go.
She turns slowly. You let him out! There's a blast, and that's a 24
From very far?
from very far.
Okay. That hits. And her next attack is half damage, because didn't you hit her with Blooded Strike?
No.
14 magic damage.
14 magic? Oh, okay. Actually, that's okay. My armored beetles. I'm not gonna keep wasting hope on that, but I'm good.
Someone else can go.
All right. Well, now we'll. She's been. Okay. I'm going to. Blighting strike one of the choir members, the closest one to me, I guess.
Okay.
All right. That is a 22 with fear. All right, and then damage. 5. Can I just please do that? Yeah, 5 damage. Yes. And then I'm going to actually spend a favor to gain a +1 bonus to my evasion until I mark a hit point or take a rest.
One of the choir, I want you to describe this attack as it kills them.
I take my scepter in my hands and I take one hand off and just kind of twist until, and then so his head kind of twists on its neck until it just
The inside, like, imagine like your skull and your brains and everything are released from your skin.
Oh.
So it's all just happening inside your flesh. Warlock shit. All right.
I'll swear to Okay.
And that was with fear.
Ooh, good.
Oh.
I will take that fear and I will spend it.
You don't have to.
But the scene is going to shift, running through. You guys get. You're crossing. You're about to cross the bridge. And you hear another whisper. This time it seems louder.
In the hush, between heartbeats, I wait.
It's coming from Grayfon. He says this as he's running. He doesn't realize he's saying this. He doesn't stop. He just keeps running. But you hear it in his voice.
What did he say? In the heartbeats?
In the hush between your heartbeats, I wait. And you feel your heartbeat. You feel it.
Oh, our running would be pretty fast, right?
You get to the other side of this bridge, which is like 100 yards from the wall where they are, and you see Annelise, and she is holding Calliope, and Calliope has her hands over her ears, and she's screaming, "It hurts. Make it stop."
And we know which way we're going already, right?
Yes.
So I'll just direct. I can't remember his name.
Ray.
Grayson.
Grayvon or whatever.
Yeah. Sorry.
Help those two.
Scene change real quick. Quick. Back to you two. I need to spend 3 fear to do this.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
We're
Thank you.
fucked.
You might be.
I'm fine.
You guys are whittling down his fear, though.
Yeah.
What happened to the priests happened now to the choir.
Oh, that for nothing.
They begin to age. The countdown hits 0. They begin their life force. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at keeping track of countdowns. I have so I'm using this like digital tool, and like every time I take an action, I can set parameters and it counts it down, and then I just forget to look at it. And they age and they drop and they fall over. Some of them literally mid-attack. And it's eerily quiet. The only thing left is the child on his knees crying. You begin to hear him. Switching back. You've ordered Grayson to go look after Calliope and Annelise. As he runs up there, you guys are running by him, I assume, and you hear laughter as he begins to laugh.
You have opened the way.
And you turn. It comes from Grayson. And his skin begins to crack like a shell. Red light exiting his skin. Help! Go! Oh, he's here!
I'm gonna try to kill him. Yeah, I'm gonna try and kill him. I was already on it. I'm gonna take a swing at him.
You swing at Grayson?
Yeah.
Go for it.
15 with hope.
15 with hope.
And I'm gonna... Before I mark damage, I'm gonna mark a stress and do a combo strike. When you do, roll your combo dice and note its value. Combo die.
Don't you keep doing it until it reaches it.
And then re-roll your combo die again. If values roll equal to or greater than your first roll, continue rolling until the latest. Yeah. Remember how this works? Okay.
What are you hitting them with? Is this with your fists?
Yeah, I'm just punching. I'm tearing them up.
Yeah. Real JoJo Bizarre.
Yeah.
Is that affecting your hit?
Not my hit. Oh, you're right.
Okay.
Did I hit?
You did not hit.
Oh, shit. Never mind. I did do all that thing.
So you can't do the combo if you don't hit?
Yeah.
But as that happens, grabs Calliope's neck and begins to squeeze. The same time the skin is splitting, and the grip relaxes only because something begins to crawl out of his skin. It splits like a flower at the top. Blood everywhere as you see hands reach up. This ember-like coal-looking demon begins to climb out of Grayson's skin. I have arrived. And spends a fear and leaps and attacks you.
Yep.
The guy was a heretic.
So fucked.
18.
That hits. I'll do it.
16 physical damage as it takes its claw and lands on the other side of you. And we will go, at this point, to our first battle map.
Ooh. Battle map.
Hell yeah.
So you see, as the demon has, he kind of like rips through and he lands on the other side of you. And then in his hand, the gauntlets from Grayson appear on his hand. And the spotlight will go to either one of you.
How far away are we from the church tower?
So that's at the edge of the map, right up here. I just scrolled it on. The church tower is probably somewhere like over here. And you two are like basically this is like the entrance. So you guys are like right up here.
So would the church tower be considered very far, or is it like far?
It's gonna be very far. Yep.
All right, so I'll sling a fireball at the church tower.
Do it up.
So it says I have to make a spell. I might miss. So you have to make a spell cast roll against the target within very far range, and then on a success, I roll a sphere of fire towards it. And I'm with disadvantage still, right?
Oh.
And I can't see you. So there's no way to this.
Do I use my rally die on this?
If you're gonna use this at any point, I mean,
Well, I could use it to clean all my stress.
I'm not a CIA.
you do. Okay, you have all the stress.
Ah, crap.
Now we're all dressed.
So it's
All stressed.
10 with fear.
No, but I will take the fear graciously and thank you.
So fireball doesn't do anything.
And then I will take that fear and I will spend it as the demon turns and attacks you. And that was, you just rolled with fear. You're going to lose a hope as a passive from the demon. And the demon reaches out. I have to spend an additional fear to do this. And you guys are... Let's see, let me just measure some distance real quick. Okay. You guys are within far range. He reaches out with his hand and he pulls down from the heavens above. He pulls down hellfire from the sky as you see like the clouds turn volcanic and swirl. and he yells, and everybody hears this.
Vengeance is a bitch.
And he pulls down that, and both of you agility reaction rolls for me.
I'm gonna mark a stress.
Yeah.
Get advantage on
You'll
that.
also do that.
Okay. Yeah.
And I am gonna use my 2 from seafaring.
12.
That's 14, 15, 16, 17. Don't worry, they were D4s. It's not like all his D4s are up there anymore.
16 magic damage as this fire comes raining down from above and smashes into the side of your face.
I ain't marking armor.
Both of us?
Both of you, but half damage.
Half damage?
Half damage.
So
Yeah.
16.
And then he has Relentless, so I'll be spending another fear for him to be able to attack again. He reaches towards Garren, and I'm going to mark a stress to gain a bonus to this attack roll. Equal to the demon's current number. Be 8, okay. And he is going to... That's like a 28.
No, that doesn't hit. Of course it is.
I wish.
And where's the 12? 18 physical damage as he just...
So that is severe damage.
That is...
And then I can mark an armor to drop it down to major damage.
Is he very
I'll
close
mark our
to
armor.
me?
He is in melee range.
No, sorry. The
Garren?
Garren.
Very close, yes.
In that case, I'm gonna help you out here. I am your shield.
Nice.
So, when an ally within very close range would take damage, I can mark a stress to stand in the way and make yourself the target of the attack instead.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
so I don't have to do armor or anything?
Nope. And how much damage was that?
It was severe damage for me, so it was over 12.
It was... I think it was 16.
16's my minor damage. So,
Is that the threshold though? Because that's the threshold.
yeah.
That's me.
Then I'll use an armor slot and make it minor.
That's amazing.
I'm so glad we have a tank.
That's amazing.
There you go.
All right, that's... I just went through a lot of shit right there. Somebody else can go.
Well, here I am now. Can you put me in between the two, just thematically?
Yeah.
But then I'm gonna take a big swing at him. And that is a 15 plus 3, 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and this time I will use my combo strike, using a lot of stress here, by the way. And now I'm gonna figure out how combo strike works. It's a D6. So the first one, 3. So I need 4. So that's good. 3, 4, 4. I don't know what it is if it's equal. Equal to or greater. So that's 3, 4, 4, 4, 5. I have to start writing this down.
Oh, shit.
6.
I actually did
Oh
2 feet.
yeah.
Oh, this is gonna fuck him off.
Please.
4. Okay, so that last one doesn't count because I rolled a 6.
Also, I just want to interrupt for a brief moment. Because I successfully attacked 2 people, I gain a fear every time I successfully attack somebody.
Lovely.
Plus you hit. Oh.
I got her and then him. Yeah, her.
Oh. So
Yeah.
It's funny.
caressing the camera.
Okay. Sorry, this is a lot of math. Is this a D10? Yeah, it is. Okay, and these are D6s.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
7, 4, 11. Oh, those are 2 more 6s. 12, 12. 12 plus 11. It's... I did not know you could get numbers this high.
Oh, yeah, you can get insane numbers.
I got 45 damage.
Hell yeah.
Describe this. Describe what's happening here.
So I rolled 6 combo strikes in the way. So I am going. I took a massive hit. I'm pissed. So take a big swing right at his side, and then he like reels in pain enough to like bend down, uppercut, stomp his foot. So he like as he's reeling back, he comes back down, dual hand just smash over his head, and yeah.
As that happens, you see like fire and sparks fly out everywhere. Some of them are actually going to hit Calliope and Annelise, and they're both going to take 1 HP damage. They have 3 HP each.
They don't got any armor.
And since I mean, Cole just took the hit for Garren, so he's right in front of him, and like doing this combo, Garren's just gonna put his hand on him like to give him back rub.
A shelf.
Why was that in quotation?
A scab, a shelf.
He's just gonna say, "That's right, Cole. Show them show them how weak their false gods are," and use inspirational words. So
I'm gonna kill his god.
You can clear a hit point.
Oh hell yeah!
Ooh. Well, the hit point you took.
Yeah, I'm great.
Glide
And then if the spotlight's still on me, I will. What is he? A close range for me or very close?
That's actually melee range, I believe. Let me just double check here.
Oh, melee range.
Nope, it's very close.
Which is very close melee range or no?
Melee, very close, close,
Melee
far,
range is
very
closer
far.
than very close.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try to use Mystic Tether, so make a spellcasting roll against a target within far range.
Okay.
At disadvantage though.
last one.
No.
Oh.
That's a reroll. Man, this disadvantage. I keep rolling. That's like the highest dice I roll.
Ooh.
So it would be 17. It would be 20 minus 6. 14 with hope.
Well, you don't generate fear for me, but you miss, which then makes him react. He is going to be like, be right back.
No, I got one more at disadvantage.
Oh, jeez.
And he passes through you guys, and he goes and says hello to you.
Coward.
We're briefly off the map for a moment. You see this demon. He doesn't need to crawl on all fours. He is. And he crawls up. He runs through the gate. The gate bursts on fire. He's crawling upside down on the like arch and leaps upside down as he goes, and he's gonna swipe Calliope.
Who? Cassie.
Cassie, sorry. $16.
Yeah, that hits.
Ooh, you got lucky. 10 physical damage.
Okay, I'll take it.
Additional fear.
I'm gonna interrupt DM, and I'm gonna hex the demon. So when a creature causes you or an ally within close range to mark any number of hit points, I can mark a stress to hex them.
Okay. It's like a reaction.
No, it's automatic. So they are hexed. All it really does is actions and damage roll against a hex creature gain a bonus equal to my tier.
Nice.
So everyone gets a +2 to both the roll and the damage die.
So he is attacking you now with his relentless.
I'm within close. I don't know how far that is.
He's actually using a. Actually,
Like I'm within close from cast.
okay, yeah, that works. And ooh, that's the first miss. Darn. Spotlight be somebody else.
I'm going to spend 3 hope
Oh, and I get a fear for
roll
damage.
upon my patron and gain some favor because I am all out. Once. All right, and then I'm going to Voice of Dread this loser. Spellcast roll. Okay, well.
Die for the die god.
Pretty much.
Blood for the blood.
Blood god.
Yeah.
Skull for the skull throne. Blood for the blood god.
Oh, yeah.
Die for your GM.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. That is a 14 to hit. Don't say it.
Wait, plus the +2?
Oh, plus 2, 16.
Meet it or beat it.
Yes. Okay. So on a success, they must mark a stress and become temporarily vulnerable.
Okay.
Doesn't do damage, I'm afraid.
And that was with fear? Or
Oh,
hope?
it's a fool.
Cool.
Lean back.
Just as an FYI for you DM, so it's the hex is considered temporary, but you can only get rid of it by using an amount of fear equal to my spellcasting trait, or unless I cast hex again.
What is your spellcasting trait?
3.
Ah. Well,
Yeah.
Its embers burn and the hex burns away with it as the med consumes.
Fear. What happened to all your fear?
All right.
Oh, it's so scary now.
That's you.
I'm so thankful y'all started me off with 12. It makes this more like some of you I'm betting are close to death, right?
oh, a little bit.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I mean,
I'm
But death is on the table, just so you know. I will kill your characters.
All right. So I'm gonna first chug my stamina potion. Really needed that.
Yeah, don't forget you have potions and stuff.
that.
You might want to chug them if you need them.
So that cleared more stress than I had, but yeah, we're happy to see it. And we're gonna corrosive bubble this. So I take the short quarters. It's a short staff.
Yep.
Bubble wand it out. Green bubble comes out to it. Oh, I got nothing for this. Okay, straight roll. Dice for the dice god. Ooh, that is a 9. That's a 12. With fear. Yep, 12 with fear.
He's gone before the attack even hits. All you hear is laughter and smell smoke as he returns in full force, charging at Garren. And
Not a poor roll.
he makes a
It's fine.
10.
Evasion. 12 evasion. Yeah, so I just sidestep him. Twirl.
Except that he's relentless.
Oh. No, evade. No.
22.
I'll step in. I am your shield again.
I am your shield.
I see him barreling at my chaplain. I just big sigh, turn around, aim for the blunt of the shell. Hopefully,
18 physical.
I'll mark another shield, and that's minor damage.
Hands on. Cold back again.
That gains a fear because I damaged you.
Hand still on Cole's back as he turns and takes the hit again. You got this, Cole. You got this. And inspirational words again. You can clear a hit point.
All right.
As this is happening, you see a flash from the flash bulb going off from a camera. Well, you two do. You guys haven't entered combat yet, but well, you haven't entered this combat yet. You've just been getting wrecked from a distance.
I'm going to use the rally die to clear some of my stress.
Okay.
So I clear 4 stress.
You guys are at far range.
Oh, far range from that.
Far range, yep. So I need DC 10 agility rolls if you want to come hither.
I do.
Also, you are blocked from line of sight while you are that way.
Okay.
You could move. You'll still be within far, but if you want to enter the map within far, then you could have direct line of sight.
Sure.
So are we reverse places then?
Yeah, I would have spun around.
Yep, my
like
bad.
again for that. Keep spinning.
I will be your shield.
So there he is on my back again. I'm a roll to hit him. Oh, that's a 10 plus 6 plus but 19 with fear.
That hits, and
So then I roll I'm going to spend 3 hope for a staggering strike.
you're actually going to lose a hope because you rolled with fear as
Okay.
you attacked him.
So that's 4. 4 gone. So can I just roll damage as normal? Great. So 11 plus 5, 16, 19. 19 damage. So as he's like on my back attacking me, I just sort of squat down and pop back and just pop him with the blunt of my shield.
Ooh.
19 damage.
The fire reduces in brightness as he's taken quite a bit of damage at this point, but he's laughing the entire time.
He has disadvantage now.
Nice.
For staggering strike.
Good, because he's going to spend a fear to attack you back. So I do need disadvantage.
Tom?
It was temporary stagger. I had the rule up. Let me get back up.
Uh-oh.
2 nets.
It's 20.
What's disadvantage?
Was disadvantage.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, that hits.
No, that's disappointing. That's 10 physical damage as he like digs his claws in, and you feel the embers go through your shell as like you know how like welding this, like the sparks are. He's just like showers of sparks.
Temporarily stagger and force them to mark a stress. That was not put on my little sheet. That's on the official rules.
Yep. Well, that was a successful attack, so I gained that back. And he has Relentless. He pulls more fire down from the sky. I need agility reaction rolls for both of you.
I'm gonna mark a stress. Get his hand in.
I'm also gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this +1 from Seafaring. Seaborn, I mean.
In the interim, I'm gonna use my rally die to mark my stresses off. Just gonna go on that now.
Agility, you said?
Agility.
I almost called
17.
them.
Ooh.
I like the sound of that.
7 plus 3, 13. 10, 12, 11, 14.
8 and 4. Okay. Magic damage.
Oh, wait. That's my last hit point.
You're down?
I'm down.
Oh no! So what is that?
You don't have an armor slot?
I'm not gonna use all of them.
What happens when you?
I'm not very beefy here.
You needed to get. You need some back rubs. Come on. Over the action.
Get over here.
I don't want to get closer to that thing.
I got you. I'll be everyone's shield. Fuck it.
You got options.
I do have options, but I don't know.
So what happens when you go down? Does it?
I can either die, roll to die, or not die, pretty much.
So, your options are your character embraces death and goes out with a blaze of glory.
No.
Your character avoids death but faces a consequence, and then you drop unconscious.
You mark a scar.
Or you roll your duality dice. If your hope die is higher, your character stays on their feet and clears the amount of hit points or stress equal to the value of the hope die. I'm not going to influence this decision.
First fight.
But
Second fight,
We've been fighting for a hot minute. Like, we've been in combat for a while.
That's fair.
third fight, if I
I
consider the session one.
I got
Yeah.
killed that one.
The guy we bullied.
I believe. Carl just finished off.
No, I don't know. This is stressful.
I don't want to influence at all.
You can if you want.
Well, for the viewers, the best option would be to roll for it.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
No.
You can go on a blaze of glory and kill this thing.
if
probably.
I don't know if you have the...
or you could take a scar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lame.
If you take a scar, you reduce your hope, amount that you can have. So instead of 6 hope, you can only have 5.
Is that permanent, or is there a way to?
Permanent. On short
No,
hope.
it's you might take a scar.
Yeah.
It depends on what I have in mind.
Oh, and I don't know. I don't want to know what you have in mind.
You're the sicko who made this happen in the first place.
Session 2.
Depends. How much do you love this character?
I really like her.
Then I personally, if you really love this character, would avoid death.
But
You can take the risk.
I could take the risk.
Then you're back up.
Not at all.
But you can also die.
But I could die.
How have your hope and fear that been looking?
Unless you like gambling.
Exactly.
I don't like gambling. I'm gonna go unconscious. I'm gonna take this guy. Or maybe take this guy. I'm gonna
send you a Discord message.
Oh God.
Don't.
For right now, you are unconscious.
Okay.
Oh man, I can't believe it. That's nuts.
I had a health potion. I just didn't have a chance to use it. I know. Don't give me that look, please.
Plenty of time. We've been in combat for the second half of the session.
Yeah, but I only remind y'all of questions one turn ago.
I mean, I used my... Okay. Yeah.
But I forgot. You use it, and I'm like, oh my God, I have one.
Potion.
And then
We actually have more, because last session, Tyler was like, yeah, make sure to grab another potion or something
that's
along
true.
those
That's
lines.
true.
Oh no.
And like heart palpitations.
Can I force feed that health potion while cast this out?
Yeah, it'll bring her back up.
I mean, at the same time, though, nothing's happening. You know, do you want to go back up to then go back down?
Yeah.
Right now, you're not a target.
Feel like it.
Well, you're down now.
Well, how much health do you get back?
Depending on the potion, it's 1d4 plus something. I don't know.
Oh, so that should be. It's not gonna go back down right away.
True.
It's true.
But you have no armor slots.
I have no armor slots.
And it sounds like your actual armor doesn't have high thresholds.
Not really.
Well-
But if I get more favor, which I can do by spending hope, which I have, I can use that to mark an armor slot because yeah.
All right. We're going to get you back up.
Oh, please. How's everyone's day going?
Pretty well.
Yeah,
Cole's having fun.
yeah. I'm just sparring with a demon. This is great.
I know. I'm just giving Cole backfield.
Oh.
And there's pictures being taken, apparently. Annelise doesn't seem very bothered. Oh, God.
That we know of.
Yeah. If she's taking pictures, she's fine. Well, probably not, actually.
Who sees an open sign of heresy is like, yeah, let's capture that on photo.
Well. For the drama, for the lore.
A photo of me kicking its head.
You're right.
Shit.
So
That's propaganda right there.
you know what?
Number conscripts, we get the job done.
Is already, or
I'm gonna send her a message.
Yeah, and so I've got...
All right, so I think the spotlight goes back to... Wait, no, that was the reaction, right? Because you went down because of the...
I went back
fire.
because of the freaking hellfire, dude. Oh, God.
So spotlight's on us.
I think so. Are you feeding the potion?
I can. Yeah, why not? Let me run up.
Please.
You see her collapse after what? Hellfire rains down.
You know, average seem to collapse after, I think.
So I'm going to first mark a stress, get my armored bubbles back up. So I have some defense on me. And I'm close to you, so I'm just going to bridge that gap and try to rummage through your bag. And
A lot of shit in there.
I don't know why you got this. It's literally just...
Turns it upside down.
Yeah. Oh, I can't read. And yeah, feed you your potion.
All right. Are you rolling for it or am I rolling for it?
What's going to be more dramatic?
I feel like if you roll for it.
What's your health potion, though? Is it a D4, D6?
The
plus
D4,
what?
I think, is a minor.
Plus nothing added?
I don't know.
4.
I owe you my life. Literally. I'm back, baby.
Yeah. And you got hope?
I got hope.
And since I am far, I imagine, if not very far now that I'm like back closer to you, Blighted Strike the Demon. Shooting out one big, curse, witchy bubble.
That's a 12, 13, 14, 15.
That's a 15 with fear.
And that is a miss.
Yeah. Freaking help here. All my bubbles.
The demon will attack Garren again.
Because it's been so successful.
Oh, yeah.
So calm.
Opal.
Just talking calm. Skip the middle, man.
22.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Yeah, you will.
Can you use that?
As many times as I have stress.
Oh no!
How much stress do you have?
Oh, I rolled a rally die to get rid of a lot of it earlier.
Hell yeah.
So what's the damage?
12. That actually was
Hell yeah!
That's low?
I'll take it.
That would have been severe for me. This thing would have killed me like twice over.
I know. That's what I'm here for.
relentless. It's attacking again.
All right.
Leather.
Who is it? Or tier 2.
Oh, we are two.
15.
That's fine.
That hits.
Excited about that.
You can take this one actually.
12.
That's severe. If it meets the threshold, it's
Yeah.
it's severe.
Jesus. How much HP do you have left?
2.
How much HP do you have left?
5.
Oh wow.
You?
I think 5, if not.
I got 4, baby.
I got. Yeah, I got.
Go again.
I got 5. You got 5. 4, 2.
Spotlight on us again. I'll start swinging.
Oh, and I gained 2 fear for hitting you twice.
Great.
Yeah, can I do I'll do the team. Can we do a team?
We need 3 hope. You
I
got 'em?
spend a 3 hope.
All right.
Do it.
Because I want to do
First, what is it called again?
The tag team.
First tag team roll of the game.
Yeah, I want to do a hypnotic
Once per person
shimmer
per
What's precision
as
per
you
person?
are hitting it.
As I'm whacking at him.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Heck, you got the hope.
I have the hope.
So we both roll, and then we choose whose roll we
Choose
choose.
whose roll you take, and then combine effects.
Probably yours because mine's with disadvantage.
However, we
You're
want.
still at disadvantage?
That's my last one.
I'm gonna use
5 rolls.
and use all
That's
of
a
my
lot.
class.
21 with hope.
It's
But go ahead and roll.
fighting.
Mine is
And then
18. So it would be 22 minus 6, so 16 with what are your?
So they both hit, but we'll just pick yours. Now you're both going to roll damage and combine damage.
So mine doesn't do damage.
To very far from me.
what you need?
So as he's punching it,
I'm fine. He's not.
Garren creates an illusion of flashing colors that temporarily stuns it and forces you to. So the creature marks a stress and is stunned as a bright flashing light behind Cole of different colors, reds, blues, purples, starts flashing, essentially blinding it and
Does
stunning
it say what stun does?
God damn it.
It just says while stunned, they can't use reactions and can't take any other actions until they clear this condition.
Holy shit.
It's like hypnotic. Yay. Yeah.
I'm not sure how you clear it though.
Well, I have to spend a fear and then narratively do it. Yeah.
Temporary, right?
I'm gonna use my combo strikes again on this one.
Okay.
So, first one is a little high for me, unfortunately. Yeah, not a lot this time. But 6, and then I just roll as normal.
That combo stuff is insane.
Oh, my last one was incredibly lucky. I wouldn't expect that one again. Yeah. Let's see, 7, 11 plus 3, 14, 17 damage. So as he's making him see stars, I'm gonna be making him see stars.
Hey.
This is the good old 1-2 straight boxing stance, just jab jab punch. Yeah, I'm toying with him now, doing the fancy footwork.
Bend the fear. You see, as this combo attack hits, you see he gets dazed and confused as multiple colors and it's spot. You're like, boom, boom, boom. The flame almost extinguishes completely, and then he uses a fear and reignites. Not as hot as before. Wobbly very much like, instead of like a, Roy G. Biv, right? Violet flame being like super hot, goes down to just a red dull as he spends that fear to remove that condition.
Nice.
Somebody else go.
We're tag teaming, right?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna enter combat? How we doing this? Well, you're in combat.
You were within far range, right?
Yeah.
Within far range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can do it, but we don't have line of sight.
Oh, we can move into line of sight, you said?
You can move into line of sight
okay.
without rolling, yes.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll just move your tokens.
All right, so I want to terrify this guy.
And I'm doing corrosive projectile. Bubbles to no.
Yeah, you do use for because I can move mine if I succeed. So I don't want to.
Nope, that's not gonna do anything.
So you're doing a tag team roll?
Yeah.
And you spent 3 hope?
Yes.
Cool.
Mine says 14.
Okay.
Oh, I did forget to do this.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Okay, you know what? No, it's happening. I just didn't want to do this like this. I'll mark 3 hope using my armor slots instead of hope because I haven't had hope this entire time to make it happen. We succeed with fear.
Okay, so the target will take 1 stress, whatever, and then is going to move to very far range and becomes temporarily vulnerable.
In the same... Oh, that doesn't count. In the same breath, it takes 9 points of magic damage. And I'm going to mark all of my stress to reduce its challenge rating by 2. Permanently.
As you do what you do, it vanishes in embers. And I need you to look at your Discord messages.
Again?
And react to that how you would react to that.
Cassie just collapses. Like, not unconscious, but she's down on the ground. She's not screaming out in pain, but she's...
Wait, I don't have
It's gone.
anything from you.
No, just me.
Oh, just you?
Just me.
Just her.
Can Garren have the spotlight quick? Or are you still reacting?
I'm... Right.
So Garren's just going to put up his arms and shout out to, I don't know, people probably like ran away, but he's just going to say, he's going to be shouting, look how weak your false gods are. Look at how they crumble in the light of the Empire. And with that, everybody, all my allies are going, within far range, are going to clear 2 stress.
Hell yes.
And I will have you make a presence roll. The DC for this is 20. If you beat a 20, it will have positive effects for the city. If you do not get a 20, it will have negative effects for the city.
I can't give you anything.
Have you your rally dice here?
Yeah, can I use my Voice of the Empire?
Mm-hmm. Sure can.
Spend a hope if I get +2.
How does helping an ally work?
You have to spend a hope to give them advantage.
You want advantage on it?
Oh, yes.
I'll stand there upside him, looking strong after just like rocking his shit, just to sort of like.
Do you roll the advantage or do I roll the advantage?
You roll the advantage.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, it's a crit.
But
I said the 2 too.
actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, you roll a d6 and add it to him.
Yeah.
Well, it's a crit.
That's what the advantage would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I rolled 2 2s. I saw the 2s. I was like, no. That's a crit. So I got a hope and a clear stress.
Yeah. So that critically succeeds. You see embers falling from the sky like slow giant raindrops. Embers just falling into the sky, and you hear chaos erupting, but nobody seems to pay you any attention. You hear people screaming. You hear combat happening. There's an explosion as a building catches fire in the distance, but nobody is attacking you.
Was that demon? permanently -2. So if we ever face it again, it's still at a -T.
That demon?
Yeah.
I don't like that clarification question.
So, buildings are catching fire, though?
Just chaos in the streets.
Oh, is
Digging it.
the kid still laughing?
Kid's gone.
The kid's.
Well,
What about Annelise and the?
do we know that they're there?
Well, we
Yeah,
saw
they're
a
at the
flash.
corner of the bridge. So
Well, they saw a flash.
you actually you notice Annelise is like, that was so freaking awesome. Woo! Damn. And Calliope is unconscious.
Oh,
I grab Annelise by the wrist and I pull down her sleeve. Any markings? Any sign of heresy?
What are you doing? No.
No. I grab the other one too. Same thing.
Oh, Oro.
Go for neck.
Oh, and she goes in for a kiss.
No.
She misses. She kind of tumbles over. Oh, what was that about?
No markings, no indicators.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel this was just that was so hot and wow, that was so cool. There's nothing. Yep.
Annelise, I'm a married man. You know that.
Yeah. Wait, you are?
Yeah. I go to the poet.
She's unconscious, blood coming from her eyes.
Any signs? Any markings?
Not that you can see.
Cass?
She's unconscious.
Oh, I'm unconscious? Oh.
You said you collapsed.
Oh, that's true. I just said that, didn't I?
Oh, I thought you didn't lose consciousness.
Oh, whatever. I don't care.
I'm gonna go check on Cass just to make sure she can get up.
Never trust a poet. I axe him.
You what?
Axe him.
You kill
The poet? The unconscious
Calliope?
heresy?
Calliope?
Yeah. Didn't Calliope fall for heresy?
You're talking about the possession thing?
Yeah.
That was the
No,
grave.
that was his guy.
You got torn in half, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Calliope's just bleeding out of the...
Yeah. Yep. No, it was his dude that yeah, those embers are long down. Yeah. Climbed out of his
That's not how
body.
you want to handle it.
Handle what? The attacking in the streets or the collapsed people?
Our collapse.
I think we should get them out of here. And are we attacking the city? Do you know who, is this us? Or is this?
By the looks of it, does this seem like Witch Corp behavior fire, or is this...
I'll just say, as you guys are standing here, you see in the distance what looks to be some sort of wolves or dogs on fire chasing people in the distance through the streets.
Oh, that doesn't seem good.
So that's not
Not
right.
really.
I'm gonna go to Cass and just sort of gently nudge to see if she's breathing. Is she alive?
Oh,
Does she move?
Give me knowledge.
Great. You know what?
Oh.
Not bad for me. Well, 10 with hope.
She's in pain.
Ugh. I'm gonna pick her up and bring her to the chaplain. I imagine you're easy to pick up.
yeah. I'm...
Hey, this one doesn't seem right.
Can I give her another? I have a health potion. I could try to give her a health potion.
Sure.
Does that wake me up?
I wouldn't say you're at this point. You're unconscious.
Okay,
You're more
yeah.
like it just hurts to move.
Okay.
Type of so much pain that it's just easier to just give into it and lay there and not move.
So shock.
I'm good.
Almost shock.
good.
Yeah.
I'm-
Yeah.
Can you stand?
Don't ask me that.
I can carry you.
Ooh, no, thank you. Can you just kind of put me in a corner? That'd be great.
We're outside.
Plenty of corners outside.
I'll lay her next to the closest building. Gently as I know how.
Sit up, lean against the...
Just sort of pick her up.
Calliope sits up. Oh, the voices are gone. What was that? And she's looking around and she's seeing like chaos erupting and she's like, oh shit.
I'll turn to Oro. The Praetor said if we light that church tower off in the distance on fire, he'll signal the cavalry to come in. You think we should probably do that and somehow get them to attack these flaming dogs? Can you light that on fire?
How's the nature around here? Any
Quiet.
trees? Anything on fire? Like the trees.
How long does that thing last?
It's just for the scene and like the general area. Okay. So if it's different now, the different scene, then we can redo it.
Freed.
I go up to the nearest like tree. I lean in. I whisper, and then I send a. I don't know if it'd be corrosive. I'd send a bubble up to start blowing up chunks of the temple, getting it on fire.
Sure. Okay. You going scorched earth here on the temples?
Well, just the church tower.
Church tower. Yeah.
Church tower? Okay.
I imagine it's going to be collateral. Pieces falling, fire blazing.
So the church tower ignites, and at this point, what do you, battered, scarred, tired, what do you do while you wait for the cavalry and the army to arrive?
I go over to Calliope, and I'm just, like, making sure that she's okay, that, like, you know, there's anything, like, you know, if she's got any wounds, like, patching them up, like, seeing what I can do as beat up as I am.
She stares into your eyes, and she says, are you okay?
I'm okay. Are you okay?
No.
Well, we will get you back to the camp, and everything will be fine.
I don't know what's true anymore.
Whatever you believe in, even if right now that's nothing, is true. You're my ear. I think you need to speak to the chaplain. I think this is... But we will be soon. We will be healed and home, and things will be a little bit brighter.
I have inspiration from my poem. That's all that matters.
I'm not worried about your poems right now, Calliope. I'm worried about you.
My poems are my legacy, and without a legacy, I am nothing.
You are more than your legacy. You are someone that is important to me, and I don't want to see you hurt like this.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. It's nothing you could have done. But let's just take a moment, okay? Let's just rest for right now.
Annelise saved me. She protected me and she held me, and I think the demon was trying to come through me because I am weak of mind. And I think Annelise, and I know Annelise saved me, and when the demon couldn't come through me, it came through Cole's friend. And I don't know if Cole will ever forgive me for that.
Their job is to put their lives on the line. That is all of our jobs except for yours. And if we do that protecting someone, then that is what must be done. I'm sure he will hold no ill will towards you.
I appreciate you at least saying kind things to me. The others think that I am a waste of time and a waste of space.
You know I don't lie.
I know you don't. Have you seen the way that Oro looked at me?
I haven't been looking.
Okay. I'm so tired.
sleep if you must. I will keep watch over you, and I will wake you up if something happens.
Nowhere to be seen is Theodore Kairos.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Me too.
I forgot about him completely.
Are my friend's gauntlets still there?
They are.
We'll walk up to what's left there. I'll pick up the gauntlets. I'm gonna spit from the ground where they were at. It's gonna like sizzle a little bit. And then I'm going to walk them over and hand them to Calliope. And just be like, he did his job well. It's not your fault.
She begins to cry. And she drops the gauntlets on the ground and hugs you.
I don't necessarily reciprocate at first. For a moment, I don't really know what this is. Like, you can tell it's like foreign to him. And he tries to mimic it. But he's careful as if she's like made of glass. He moves so slowly and so like gently that he's barely touching her to try to reciprocate that hug. And then I release and I go sit down.
Before she lets you leave, she hands you a piece of paper from her journal.
I'm not going to open it immediately in front of her, but when I go to sit down by myself, and I am like kind of distancing myself from everyone a little, then I'll read the note.
It is a poem about Grayfon, who has been protecting her and the other remembrancers as a sign for the duty. You remember last night at the induction ceremony.
Nice.
And it says, "I'll fall before you do," he said without pride. "No vow, just truth spoken, soft as a breath. Some warriors swear by the flame at their side. He swore by his brother and offered his death. Now smoke stains the sky where the songbirds once flew, and thunder walks roads where the footprints remain. If he stands again, let the word bear it true. A shield may break, but his story must remain through."
To the poet, toss a little bar of soap. Wash away your weakness. I'm gonna let you go. Hand him another bar of soap. Or my hand behind him. Here. So that's just a bar of soap squared, but that embossed, etched, essentially. It's the flower of like a forget-me-not.
Is it Grayson or Gray?
Right.
Grayson.
Grayson? Does he have a body left?
It's just ash.
It's just ash.
Just the gauntlets.
The gauntlets are all that remain.
Garren will be writing his name down in his book, writing his information, and writing a note that he was possessed by the demon. I don't remember its name. The Giver or something? Was it?
Darkness is when I was.
Oh, it's
I'm
darkness.
sorry.
I can't remember what the priest had called it.
It's the gloaming, Gloaming, the gloaming king.
The gloaming, the demon, the gloaming king, false god.
Weaken God. It could bleed. It could corrode. We could kill it.
And he will start writing the priest, the high priest's name down, Darren.
When you open your book, remember how you had rewritten that passage that was written for you at that one time?
Yeah.
And then it disappeared, so you wrote it again?
Yeah.
It's duplicated. Like you may, almost as if you had hallucinated that it had gone away. So now that passage there is back to back. What was written for you and what you wrote from your memory. And then there's that blank page in which you write the story down. His last words.
but I've seen the gods in my dying days. Is that what the passage
Yep.
was? So underneath that passage, I will write down the demon's name and write a note. False god.
As you write the demon's name, the ink scorches the pages of your book like charcoal. It's almost as if you're writing in charcoal, and the page turns to charcoal itself. Only where you write the name, the Gloaming King.
So allow me to write its name in the book.
Right. So it's only there now in a burn mark.
Gotcha. So I think you'll just leave it then if it's just a scorch mark.
Rust? Anyone need to rust? Quick little breather?
Yeah, I mean, there's chaos going. Is there any sign of like cavalry coming in or anything? I mean, we're just like in the middle of a town and there's people being chased down by dogs everywhere.
Not necessarily, nothing that you would notice yet, unless you have the ability to get up high and maybe see something.
I don't know how we see anything.
But, I mean, there are places that you could potentially hold out in if you wanted to get some rest as chaos unfolds around you.
Yeah.
Hour?
Go into one of these houses here.
Let's hit buildings. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
So you get into a house. Is there any preparation, anything that you would like to do security-wise, set this up, anything like that?
Who's not back against the door?
Whose
How
house
does
are we
it
in?
sit?
Just a house. Nobody's home in here. Near the chapel, probably a couple of blocks over. Okay. The water is still nearby. You can hear the river outside.
I'm gonna put like myself in between the door and like Calliope and Annelise, like just in case.
So, Shappy, I imagine next steps, chase this demon.
Is the demon? Do we know if the demon's dead? I'm just kind of assuming the demon's dead. We defeated it.
The best of your knowledge.
Do we have a body left? Anything to
Yeah, but it's not attacking us, so I'm willing to think that it's...
lick its wounds?
I think we killed it. It's exploded into like fireworks.
I don't think it would choose to go back into the place where it was sealed to recover. I think it was weakened by that.
I think cornered animals do a lot of things.
Can you sense it? Like, how do we even find it if it is alive?
I could try. There's things I can do. First, we should probably rest.
And you'll have to tell me, I need all the details of what happened with your mission, the choir. And Garren will pull out his book and ready to write the details down.
Can we do it after we lick our wounds?
I'd rather have the information while it's fresh.
Never frozen. 1 days. That's spell search. Oh. Fine. Follow me as I start taking care of my armor and resting while giving you the report.
Yeah, I mean, where else we can
Now,
do multiple things while we rest, right?
One thing I will say is, I do worry about the weak-minded ones. Not you, Cass. The poet.
What makes you believe she's weak-minded?
Well, if they almost fell for heresy once, if we bring them back to camp, isn't that a little troublesome?
What are you suggesting?
They don't pay me for that.
I think we should see how things transpire before we take any action.
And potentially invite someone corrupted into our camp.
Did they show signs of corruption? These?
Give me knowledge.
All right, it's a
She's a beast.
plus knowledge, so 24 with fear.
We had like 3 fears at one point left. Jim, you are single-handedly.
I'm a fear generator.
You need to kick him out. Just switch guys or something.
I mean, this is a little new territory for you, but from what you do know, you know that, like, people react to the presence of evil, even if, like, they themselves are not evil. Like a boat that goes through the water and creates a wake, and then that wake hits other boats at the dock, causing those boats to go up and down. If strong enough, if you're speeding through a no wake zone, you can cause damage to other boats. Though the demon is that boat in this metaphor, the waves themselves are not necessarily malevolent.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't see any signs of corruption. Are you?
Blood coming out of the eyes.
I mean, that could have just been dark magic from the demon. Could have not been? Or do you know something?
No knowledge in that sense, but you don't have blood out of your eyes. You don't have blood coming out of your eyes.
Nice.
Is that blood? I can't tell with you.
No, I think it's just tears. What do you
Okay.
mean by that?
So everyone else was attacked by the demon. We don't have blood coming out of our eyes.
Not everyone else was in the demon's grip. She was the one with the demon's hand on her neck, right?
Mm-hmm. Demon tried to kill her.
Yeah, she was choked out. I mean,
Choked out, sorry. No, Kelvin, no.
we could take her back to Lucian and see what the Dawnbreaker's judgment is of this.
Over a poet, I'm not too stressed. I take your judgment. I'm just illustrating my concerns.
Well, we'll kill it again if it pops up.
Sure.
Did it once, and we're in the middle of camp. It's more than just the 4 of us.
Let's monitor her. If we see any more signs of heresy, then I think we can take action.
Now, I agree with you, but we are recently inducted into this circle.
Yeah.
If our very first day we come back and bring someone corrupted with heresy,
As far as
I don't
I'm
think
concerned,
we're really...
my
gonna
first
be
day,
like
I
that.
killed a god that was a false god. I think I've built a pretty good resume for myself.
I don't know if we're gonna get praised or condemned for this. Huh.
Why would we not be praised?
I just kind of look around at our little troop. We're all a little worse for wear, I think.
Speak for yourself.
I'm doing real shitty.
I've done worse.
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind.
The conscripts. We get it done.
I mean, we
Built
did it-
tough.
We do exactly what we were supposed to do here. We negotiated the surrender of the city,
Oh, did you?
and we killed their false
Before they all
gods.
died.
We don't have any witnesses left for that. All the
Yeah, when the
Priest kind of
whole
exploded.
false god thing broke through, a couple priests like
So
imploded.
you didn't have to break that if they had negotiated surrender.
We had a mission to do anyway.
Okay.
And,
we needed to,
and how would we have known?
we needed to weed out their false gods anyways, and weed out the heretics. This just furthers our goals.
I think Cass is just a little mad that I pulled a fast one on her.
That wasn't funny, and I forgot about that until right now. So thank you for reminding me.
There it is.
He's not funny.
Some warlocks can't take a joke.
What other warlocks do you know?
That's why, because they can't take a joke.
Okay, well,
So for my short rest, I'm armor, stress, and HP.
So what do we clear on a short rest?
it is.
If you're an elf, you get 3, right?
Armor or
Yeah.
the pair.
So y'all get 3, and
That's all right, guys.
it's a good trade-off to be an actual
Yeah.
living tank.
I don't have that many things to repair. I'm fine.
Going
That's multi my health. So how much health do you get back?
1d4
1d4
plus
1d4.
your
Your
tier.
tier.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna
And
do
we're tier
strength,
2?
spear, armor, and
Yeah, I know.
Alright. So my armor slots are back.
That's multi.
My HP is that.
And Garren will be keeping an eye now on Calliope to just make sure she isn't falling to heresy.
She is asleep in Annelise's lap currently.
HP. I'm good.
And we will pick it up next time.
So imagine knocking on you like that's ready to happen.